Here's a news flash from Simmons Wheels. The Mag Wheel Centre with Australia's largest range of mag wheels. Simmons Wheels are now offering mag wheels to approved customers from $10 a week. Yes, $10 a week. Don't miss this fantastic opportunity to fit mag wheels to your car from $10 a week. See Simmons Wheels, the Mag Wheel Centre right now for the best deals on mag wheels and high-performance tyres from $10 a week. Unbelievable. Simmons Wheels, the Mag Wheel Centre, 427 Smith Street, Fitzroy.
The Melbourne Guide to Good Thai Restaurants. Sawadee in the city. Sawadee means welcome. Spacious cocktail lounge and traditional Thai cuisine. Sawadee. Songkla at Doncaster. The decor and elegant surrounds is a popular choice for exotic cuisine and friendly service. Songkla. Koh Samui in Middle Park. Personal service, subtle tangy flavours and distinctive decor. Koh Samui. For the best in Thai food, friendliness and service. Sawadee, Songkla, Koh Samui.
Where's Casey?
She's in the car at the moment, all right?
I'm all right. It's not very bad. I remember it all, that accident occurred. I was changing a tape. We were in a bit of a hurry. How fast were you going along here? Maybe we were like 85 or 90. I realise what speed zone it is along here.
People
my mum. Can you call my mum? Can I go and see her?
No,
asbestos are here.
Just wait for them.
No, I really want to go and see her.
I'll come down.
Where is she? I can't even see her. She's not going to die. Tracy! I'm sorry, Tracy! Tracy! What if she dies on the way? Tracy! That's really not cute!
The new Mazda T-Series trucks have arrived. So now you can buy a superseded Mazda T-Series for just $20,990. It's a Mazda end-of-model clearance that's built to work.
Will Alf drive Blake away for good?
That's it, man. I've had enough. You can take a hike. I'm calling Dad and telling him to come and pick me up right now.
Home and Away, Monday at 7 on 7.
Welcome back to Seven's Footy Marathon. Hope you're enjoying the program and getting ready for a big day live from the MCG later on this afternoon. Well, now we're going back to 1985, and the performance this year of Footscray to reach the preliminary final was absolutely fantastic, and it got the whole football community together. So last week, if you weren't barracking for Geelong, you were definitely barracking for Footscray. 1985, they also reached the preliminary final. Their coach in that year was Michael Malthouse. And, yes, we'll see a bit of Mick Malthouse a little bit later on in the day for the West Coast Eagles. But they had a great run at it in 1985 too.
They did, and also, once again, we mentioned the year of Hawthorn right through the 80s. Here they are again appearing in a final, Drew. But you look through some of the names, it's good to look at the Footscray names of that era. The guys you forget about, Andrew Purser, the big ruckman that came across from the West. He was playing. Jimmy Searle, another Western Australian, a centre-half forward, come full forward. And he stayed with the club in an official capacity for a while too. Simon Beasley, the pieman, now working on football and radio in Melbourne. And Simon was a very, very underrated full forward, a great full forward, in fact. And a name quickly forgotten was little Les Bamblett, Aboriginal boy who went to Footscray from Melbourne, and then he disappeared off the scene. He had blistering pace. But the Hawthorn side, Jason Dunstall kicked 4 goals in this game. Now the emergence of a Queenslander who became probably the best Queenslander to ever play VFL, AFL football. But Dunstall, what a magnificent player, 145 goals this year, and personally one of my idols in AFL football today. He's just so fair and...
you love him, don't you?
I do love him.
You love Hawthorn and you love Jason.
And Collingwood.
Yeah.
No, you've got to mention Collingwood. I get into big trouble there, but Jason gives the ball off so often. Kenny Judge, Lee Matthews in his last year, he was carried off the ground the next week in the grand final. With
chaired
off with tears in his eyes, realising it was his last game. John Kennedy, Russo, Loveridge, Dermot Brereton, players who were part of the Hawthorn Football Club right throughout the 80s. And, but a lot of the people, as with this year, were with Footscray. The Western Suburbs boys hadn't been in finals for a while.
When you think that Doug Hawkins this year only played his second ever final series. He's been around since 1978 and his only previous finals to 1992 were this year 85.
Yes, well, I went in the rooms of, I was on the boundary line for the Footscray game against Geelong, and it would have been the same in 1985. The salt-of-the-earth type football supporters Footscray have, and it's just a refreshing change to go into their rooms and the way you're treated. They are just fantastic people.
Well, have a look at how this game was going up to three-quarter time. We got some pretty close games in those days, and once again, well, 8 points in it at quarter time, but then from then on, no more than a kick in it. The Hawks by 4 points at half-time, and the Hawks by 1 point at three-quarter time. We go to the last quarter. It's preliminary final day, 1985.
Final quarter of the 1985 preliminary final at VFL Park. Hawthorn leading by only 1 point. The winner to tackle Essendon in the 85 grand final next Saturday at the Melbourne Cricket Ground. Di Domenico gets the hit out from that bounce up towards left half forward for Hawthorn. Matthews in first, shoots out the hand pass to Brereton. Brereton caught. Did he have the ball? Did he drop it? Judging by the crowd reaction, it's a Footscray free kick.
I reckon he was pretty tough on Brereton there.
So Foster takes the free.
Foster now centre-half back. Grunewegen centre-half forward.
Kicks into the man on the mark. On centre wing position. Daniels and Eade. Lester Smith grabbed. Did he have the ball? No, says the umpire. Play on. Eade. Langford. Lester Smith. Green. Back to Handley. Handley at the edge of the square. Short pass. Not a good one. Not good disposal. Now Peart turned to slip over in the left or right back pocket for Footscray, and it will be a boundary throw-in. 1 minute gone in the final quarter. No further addition to the score. It's in Hawthorn's forward pocket. McCarthy, hits it straight down to Matthews. Great ruck play. Touched one behind. Hawthorn by 2 points. Good ruck play, but unfortunately for Hawthorn, Matthews' kick was touched off the boot. And so only 1 point resulting, even though it would have been a goal, wouldn't it?
Certainly would have been.
Kennedy brings the ball back into play to Hardy. Once again showing Matthews his backside. Now to Peart. Hawkins. Steve McPherson. Steve McPherson on centre wing. Puts Footscray deep into attack. Groenewegen on his own. Puts it high up towards half forward. Beasley, great mark. And well within kicking distance, and he should be able to put Footscray in front, and they will bring the stadium roof down when he kicks it, if in fact it's a goal.
He started right at the other end of the ground, Pete, and there's no excuse whatsoever to allow Hardy to be in position to take that short kick off.
Just over the 2 minute mark, and Beasley with a chance to kick goal number 3 and to put the Bulldogs in front by 4 points. The strain on Beasley, the full forward for Footscray, as he comes in from this kick about 35 metres out directly in front. Taking plenty of time. There she is on its way. And let's see the result. It's a goal.
Footscray kicked the last 4 goals in this match.
And Footscray in front, and the Footscray's going berserk here. 10 goals, 969 Hawthorn. The Footscray 11 goals, 773. Just on the 3 minute mark of this last quarter of the 1985 preliminary final.
And on replay, we watched the mark again, and we said a couple of weeks ago, Lou, even against Chris Mew, if you allow them to be a 2-out duel, then there's every chance that Beasley will get his share.
Just over the 3 minute mark of the last quarter, Footscray in front by 4 points. Knocked out by Purser. They all missed that one. It comes back here now to Green. A hurried kick over the half-forward line. Coming out to meet it now is Judge. He goes down, taps it over beautifully to Kennedy. Hawthorn bounced back up the full forward position. A great mark down there by McCarthy. McCarthy's got it. He got a chance to put Hawthorn back in front. And the way these two sides have played today, you can't write them off until the final bell here for the 1985 preliminary final. He's only about 5 metres out, but a pretty difficult angle. I should imagine he'll run around. That's what he's doing. Straightens up, fires. A goal, and the Hawks are back in front. That's McCarthy's first. Just on the 4 minute mark of this last quarter, it's 11 goals, 975 Hawthorn. The Footscray 11 goals, 773.
You can't answer them much quicker than that as McLean gets an awkward bounce. And good play by Judge. Might almost have been construed a throw, but I don't think under pressure you ever penalise pieces of play like that. It was a great piece of play by Judge to set up the goal.
Hawthorn's first goal since the 17-minute mark of the third quarter. Hawthorn lead by 2 points. Purser can't get it clear. Royal had it and then lost it. A play-on decision from the umpire, I think a good one. Groenewegen. Another awkward-looking punt kick. Gary Ayres, fine mark in front of Edmund. It's a play-on call. Ayres in trouble. Groenewegen again. Mew. Morris. Free kick going Hawthorn's way.
Penalised the side.
It did indeed. Official attendance this afternoon, 55,246. Chris Mew from full-back. Long kick. One of the longest kicks in the side, and of course he made a bad blue earlier in the game in the third quarter. A short kick resulted in a Footscray goal. Eade, Matthews answering the challenge, perhaps, as Bob Stilton suggested at three-quarter time. The Hawthorn skipper goes for a short pass. Dunstall leads out and chops another one. He's about 40 metres out. Let's watch it again. Ooh. So Dunstall, fair way from goal, but well within kicking distance. He's kicked 2. That looks pretty good. Banana bender, usually accurate at goal, and that one no exception. Dunstall putting through his third, and Hawthorn get 2 quick ones on the board. 12-9-81 to 11-7-73.
It's a lovely pass by Lee Matthews, and as we suggested at three-quarter time, it's an ideal time to give Matthews the challenge, and so far he's responded, and we watch from the other angle as Dunstall takes that mark.
Just past the 6 minute of the final term, 81-73 in favour of Hawthorn. Once again, Footscray out of the centre, down to Royal, knocked away by Gary Ayres, back to centre wing, picked up by Russell Green.
And Hawthorn looking good now as Green gives a hand pass over there to Wallace, goes for a short pass, it'll be a good one. There's Matthews, and Bob Stilton suggested this at three-quarter time. This is the time to bring him on the ground.
But he is doing it the right way, Lou. He's running around and he's playing an attacking game. He's not just standing in the forward pocket and waiting for the ball to come to him.
Well, Alan Jeans must have heard you talking here at three-quarter time. In your summary, as we see DP Domenico with the ball out there on the forward pocket position, about 40 metres out from goal, just on the 7-minute mark, and the difference 8 points. If he kicks this one, it'll give Hawthorn a good chance of going into the grand final. Doesn't quite get on target, and it's forced through for 1 point. But at least it's in Hawthorn's attacking zone, and they're 9 points in front. 12-10-82 to 11-7-73. Running on hard to bring the ball back into play. Umpire calling him back. Goal umpires haven't finished. Going to call him back again for the third time. Let's hope this is lucky. Now he's clear. Short pass, and Hawkins has got the ball down there in the back pocket. I don't think he's any better off than Hardy was. You never understand that short pass in the back pocket.
Not if they've got to go back and have a kick.
Chance for Wallace, who's been a very quiet player today. Fumble that one. It's a hand pass out, looking there for McPherson, who's gone out of the game completely since the first quarter, and the ball is out of bounds. Of course, Steve McPherson started like nobody's business in that first quarter. He's only had, I think, 4 kicks since that first quarter. 82 plays 73, just on the 8-minute mark of the last quarter. In favour of Hawthorn, they've got a big chance of going into the grand final, and Footscray badly needing a goal here.
Sewell has gone to defence, clear to the forward line.
Let's see what happens. A ball up out there on that half-forward flank in Hawthorn's attacking zone. Knocked out by Langford. He's battled hard all day today. We see Cordy go after the ball. He gets a hand pass back. He was under plenty of pressure then, and the ball is out of bounds. A little closer to Hawthorn's goal, about 60 metres around from there.
Boundary throw in. Hawthorn's right half-forward flank. At the moment, they have been pleasant spring sunshine here at VFL Park. High tackle going going Footscray's way. Hawkins, the recipient of the free kick. Had an excellent game last week and has been a fine contributor to the course this afternoon again. Lester Smith gets it down to Russo. Russo from right centre wing. For Hawthorn goes long. Now he's got 4 down there. None can take it. Good tackle, Brereton. Or fumbled out there by Foster. Ball paddled out to Hardy. Adore doesn't get the favourable bounce. McLean tries some shepherding. That wasn't good play though. No one there. Picked up by Dippy Domenico. Short pass. Matthews on the boundary line. Matthews, he's in trouble. Not as fast as he was. Could have had a shot there, Matthews. Looking for somebody in a better position and then got caught out.
I don't think you can be critical when a player gets caught like that, though, because he was looking for a player in a better position. He was right on the boundary line.
McCarthy and Purser. Now he's got another chance. Matthews, he'll have a shot this time, I'm certain. And he's put it through, I think, for a goal. So Matthews very quickly making amends. And the Hawthorn skipper in everything in the final quarter so far. 13-10-88 to 11-7-73.
I finally give this game away. I don't want to be worrying about money. Sure, I've got superannuation. But is it enough to live well on? So, I had a chat with my bank, Westpac. Their financial advisors really helped me plan for my future. Even showed me how I can top up my super. Now, thanks to Westpac, I'll have plenty to live on. I'm really looking forward to putting my feet up.
In the next 10 seconds, we'll show you how anyone can use the new Amstrad Notepad computer. The full-function word processor with a 48,000-word spell checker outputs to most printers. A 12-digit large display calculator with memory function. A diary and address book with calendar, scheduler, world time clock, and message alarms. Anyone can use it, and everyone can afford it. The new user-friendly NC100 Notepad computer. Only from Amstrad.
Wow, you guys really have a thing for fit.
Seriously, fit is it at the athlete's foot. Hey, even these shoes won't feel right if the fit isn't perfect. Feel okay?
Yeah, they feel good. Yeah, they feel real good. All right, I can rock 'em. I can run so smooth. It feels so good. Yeah, I can turn on the spot. All right. I'll take 'em. The athlete's foot.
When you've got to load up the back, it's what's up front that really counts. The new Navara, now with a 3-litre V6 from Nissan. The new Nissan.
When Mark and Paul Donnellan were growing up, they virtually ate tyres, breathed tyres, dreamt tyres. So when the Donnellan Tyremen say they know the best tyres for your car, you'd better believe them. Bridgestone Steel Cats from $79 and a set of 4 radial retreads from just $120. The Donnellan Tyremen, they discount the price but never the quality.
Give me a ticket for an airplane. I ain't got time. I'm alone, baby, home. I'm coming home. Well, my baby, throw me that gun. When you wrote me a letter.
Dr. Dare, rise again!
Sunday.
But not in this apron.
The wild one. Rides again.
You know you make me wanna.
And gets busted.
Who's the blonde?
Why don't we go meet some people I haven't dated, shall we?
Then it aids.
Well, why don't you go to work part-time for me?
I don't know, Dad. I'm really not that handy.
Frank and Son.
Your own tool belt.
Construction.
Who does he remind you of?
One of the village people?
Or destruction. Step by step after Full House Sunday.
6 possessions to Matthews in the final term. Hawthorn by 15 points.
15 points the difference over the 10-minute mark. Footscray got to get a goal to be in this game and go in the grand final, but everything's shaping up for Hawthorn at this particular stage of the last quarter. It'll be a ball up at centre field.
Plenty of time left yet, Luke.
Well, there's plenty of time, but I'd like to be in Hawthorn's position. They're playing with a lot more confidence. Matthews has lifted them no end down there at the full forward position or in the forward pocket. Umpire's found a free kick. It'll go to Hawkins. He was grabbed too high. See if they can get a goal. He's over the centre line towards their centre-half back position, goes out wide, but not making much distance. It's Daniels taking the mark. He's been a pretty quiet player today. Decides to go for a bit of a run. Wallace is after him. Let's see what he does with the kick up there towards Mew and Beasley, but the back. Well played by Mew. Shepherd and Beasley off the line. Swap to take the mark. Right across goals. It'll be safe. Grabbed by Eade. Over to Morris. At Hawthorn now playing with a lot of confidence. Morris showing a lot of dash. Goes for a hand pass. It's a good one. Grabbed by Russo. He scoots around Daniel. He's out there at half-back. It's a long kick over the half-forward line to Matthews and Hardy. Hardy actually pushed Matthews in the back that time, but the umpire will ball it up out there on that half-forward line for Hawthorn, about 60 metres out from their goal. They're in front by 15 points. 88 plays 73, just over the 11.5-minute mark of this last quarter. Sewell against McCarthy. Knocked out by Sewell, intercepted that time by Brereton. Another stack up here, and the umpire will ball it up again. Still about 60 metres out from the Hawthorn goal. Well, there hasn't been many big breaks here today, and this 15 points will certainly be handy for Hawthorn.
It's about the biggest, isn't it, Lou?
Yes, it is. Knocked out again. Picked up by Judge. Has already kicked 3 goals. A long shot looking for Dunstall. The back. He's got the sit. Billy Mark. That one goes after it again. He's got a chance to get a hand pass back to Matthews. Coming in to pick it up. It's Kennedy. It's back at goal. Oh, and Hardy grabs it right on the line. Has Hardy got his hands full now, putting up with Matthews. Matthews going in after him.
Point to point.
It's a point, is it?
He must have played on, did he?
He might have played on, and the umpire's allowed.
Touched off the boot.
Touched off the boot. No 10 yards it may have been. Waiting now, it's 16 points, 89 plays, 73, still in favour of Hawthorn. Over the 12.5-minute mark of this last quarter. Oh, there's a good mark now to DP Domenico. They're all starting to come into the game now, Hawthorn.
Academy Award.
Well, I think he's a bit of an actor.
30 looking for 15.
I don't think he'd call him a dramatic actor. He'd be more of a light comedy style, wouldn't he?
Even though Hawkins has been a fine player, DP Domenico has not let Hawthorn down. He's tackling, he's in there putting pressure on all the time.
Waiting on DP Domenico. That's a long kick towards the goals, into the goal square. The players set themselves. It's pushed through. No, it's not pushed through now. It is forced through for 1 point, and the difference 17 points, and the game gradually falling into Hawthorn's hands.
Brad Hardy having plenty of kicking practice here in the last few minutes. This time he's going to favour the member stand side. He's looking for Malin. He's got him. Malin looking for a 15-metre penalty, but decides to play on straight away. That might have been touched off the boot. We'll wait and see. McPherson couldn't take the grab anyway. Wallace looks for a hand pass. Dispossessed quickly. Daniels gets his kick in short. Lester Smith down to Ayres. No, not there. Handley off the ground. A little bit of luck going Hawthorn's way there as it goes out to Wallace. At the back, Dunstall. Knocked down by Sewell. Matthews again. Possession number 7 in the final quarter is another goal.
He's killed on Matthews.
2 goals to Matthews in this final term. 14-12, 96 to 11-7, 73.
Lethal Lee has slaughtered him in this last quarter. The oldest man on the ground, and what a game he's played, Bob.
Well, he's had a rest, and when you say to a player like Matthews, sit on the bench and you throw him back on the ground, you've got not just a player with a little bit more life in his legs, but a player with devil in his heart.
2 goals to Matthews. As I mentioned, both of them kicked in this final term. Hawthorn by 23 points. Knocked down by Langford. No one getting it out of the centre. The scrimmage developing there, and the umpire has found a free kick. It's going Footscray's way to be taken by Steve Wallace. Wallace short of the centre circle. Up the half forward. Schwab and Bamblett. Bamblett got to it first. Puts it down towards the centre half forward position. Lester Smith racing forward for Hawthorn. Taps the ball further forward for Footscray. Morris will try and get the ball close to, or in fact over the boundary line. He does that successfully, and it will be a boundary throw in Footscray's right forward pocket.
Bob, I don't think there's a better saying that applies to Lee Matthews. Once a champ, always a champ, isn't it?
Sincere simplicity with that, Luke.
Ball back into play again. Beasley goes to punch. It's okay to Redmond. A snap at goal, but a shocking kick. Very lackadaisical as he pounces on Mew. A chance for McLean. He was actually grabbed by the leg. And I think the umpire will play the free kick. So Footscray, he's gone for a short pass. What's he done with it? And Bahajar's got it on a better angle, only about 15 to 20 metres out from goal. Footscray are trailing by 23 points.
17 when he kicks this.
And, of course, we're just on the 16-minute mark of this last quarter of the preliminary final for 1985. Now, if they're going to have a chance, he's got to kick this goal, the little budgie. There's the kick on its way. And that's a goal. So Footscray haven't given up hope yet. The score is Hawthorn 14-12-96 to Footscray 12 goals 7-79.
Yes, and Tony Bahaja quite happy. As been fairly quiet today, spent most of the day on the interchange bench. And Chris Mew, another player to slip at the vital moment and really cause that goal.
16 and a half minutes gone of the last quarter. 17 points to dip. The chance for Footscray to go deep into attack. Kicked down by Purser. Chance for Edmund. He got a mark. Yes, he's praying it. He quickly plays on, looking down there for Beasley. It's falling short. It bounces the wrong way for the Footscray forward. Picked up by Daniels. He's grabbed. He goes after it again. It'll be a free kick. And he's well within kicking distance. He'd be about 35 metres out, and he's yet to score a goal.
Very poor tackle, that.
17 points the difference. And if he kicks this, we've got another ball game on our hands. We've had it like this all day. Let's see what Daniels can do with this one. Oh, is it coming around? It won't reach the distance. Oh, there we might see a free kick and infringement there to Beasley. Copped one as he went for the mark. Out it comes again to Daniels. Now we've got another chance. So opportunity not quite.
Bad defence there by Hawthorn. Bob, wouldn't it have been better to rush it through for a behind?
Well, it's probably easy to say that afterwards, Pete, but I think he maybe should have just run on a bit further.
There's the kick. 1 point. So it's 16 points at the 17.5-minute mark. 96 plays 80 in favour of Hawthorn of the last quarter. So there's still plenty of time for Footscray to win this match if they're good enough.
Hawthorn looking a little tired at the moment, Lou.
Ball kicked out now to Lester Smith, left unattended that time. A hand pass coming over to Swabbart. Bounces okay. Gets a hurried kick. It's not a good one. Back to Brereton and Foster. They both miss it. Down goes Judge. Gets a hand pass to Wallace. He was grabbed around the neck just about. It'll be holding the man the second time. So Wallace has got it's holding the ball against him. Well, that surprised me. A short pass and the ball marked here now by Royal out there at half court. So Footscray haven't given up yet. Short pass. And once again, we see the ball marked here by Kennedy. Not wasting any time. Looking for Beasley. And Mew having a great battle down there. Neither can take the mark. Going into an open goal is Purser. Oh, golly, it's only 10 points for Bristol. Got Footscray in the game here. 10 and a half minutes gone. 14-12. 96 Hawthorn. The Footscray coming back from the depths of despair. 13-8-86.
Malin coming off. Cordy on, Loveridge on, Russo off. It's on replay. We see the wrestle between full back and full forward. Purser, the big ruckman, playing on down the ground, putting it through for full point.
19 minutes gone in the final term. Footscray coming right on with the business now. Bob Skilton said they were tired. Hawthorn, are they? If they are, Footscray will win. Langford to Dippy Domenico. Kick only travels about 5 metres out towards centre wing. Loveridge back on. He's fresh. Or fresher, perhaps, down towards left half forward. Plenty of Footscray players are there. Brian Cordy and Matthews out of bounds, I think. Barney decides to play on, but it is out of bounds, so bad luck for Hawthorn.
Hardy's been taken off Matthews. Brian Cordy has the job.
And Matthews perhaps suggesting that the boundary umpire was too far behind play to see it.
I think it was out there, Pete.
Yes, I agree with you, Bob. McCarthy and Purser knocked down to Sewell. Eade and Neil Cordy. Loveridge. Free kick going Foster's way. Plays on. Footscray finishing plenty of running at the moment. Big Gronawegan is there. Knocked away by Lester Smith and Bamblett, actually. No talking there by Footscray. In goes Gronawegan again. Ball paddled out to Royal. Fresh air shot. Kennedy tackled well by Neil Cordy. Umpire Glenn James decides it was stalemate. And it will be a bounce on centre wing.
About 9 minutes to go, Pete, and I reckon Footscray are looking a little bit pressure at the moment, Bob, but I wouldn't like to say they're going to win it.
Well, 9 minutes, you can probably score about 5 or 6 goals, so plenty of chances still there for both sides to sew it up. And plenty of fumbling. The ball bouncing awkwardly for both teams. It's picked up by Wallace for Hawthorn. He's looking for Dippy Domenico. Couldn't find him. Oops to Daisy. Hardy tackled well. Out comes Matthews. Good handball. Kennedy, no one to give it to. Now goes long. Up to Eade. Shepherded well by Wallace. In towards the goal square. Kennedy and Dutch goal!
Yes, well, I might be wrong, but I don't think that Kennedy tried to punch the ball away there.
No,
I think
he did not.
I think he went for the mark more than anything, and On replay now, we watch closely as Kennedy was, I think, trying to judge it to take the mark and didn't try and punch the ball away.
He's kicked 3 goals, Jason Dunstall. If he kicks this one, it'll be the most important one he's put through for the day. He's got it, I think. I'll have to wait on the goal umpire, though. It's a goal. And Dunstall putting through his 4th goal for Hawthorn. Hawthorn 15-12, 102. Footscray 13-8, 86.
When I finally give this game away, I don't want to be worrying about money. Sure, I've got superannuation. But is it enough to live well on? So, I had a chat with my bank, Westpac. Their financial advisors really helped me plan for my future. Even showed me how I can top up my super. Now, thanks to Westpac, I'll have plenty to live on. I'm really looking forward to putting my feet up.
How does it happen? You're down in a mine, or painting a sign, or strain until you thought you'd burst. You sure got a thirst. A hard-earned thirst needs a big cold beer, and the best cold beer is Vic. You're leading the band, or lending a hand. You can get it any old how. Matter of fact, I got it now. A hard-earned thirst needs a big cold beer, and the best cold beer is Vic. Vic Bitter.
Who would have thought Australian steel could penetrate deep into the jungle of Sarawak to revolutionise the way Borneo pepper farmers build their communal longhouses? BHP Steel is doing it, and doing it 10 times faster than back-breaking traditional methods.
With 10 factories in Southeast Asia, it's very exciting to apply new thinking to unique regional challenges.
At the Longhouse, the new steel roof will keep 42 families dry and comfortable through nearly 5 metres of bucketing rain a year. And the export dollars keep rolling home. Getting out, getting on with it. That's the strength of Australian steel people.
The new Mazda T-Series trucks have arrived. So now you can buy a superseded Mazda T-Series for just $20,990. It's a Mazda end-of-model clearance that's built to work.
Who's it going to be? Geelong or West Coast? AFL Premiers 1992. Find out this Saturday, September 26th at the MCG. But if the Cats win, you'll be able to purchase at Kmart your AFL-approved official 1992 Premiership souvenir T-shirt. On sale Sunday, September 27, and only at Kmart.
When both your car and yourself could do with a bit of blue ribbon service, ring Lubemobile and then prepare to escape. While making your great escape plans, an experienced Lubemobile mechanic will give your car a blue ribbon service, a full electronic tune-up, transmission service, brake check, a complete safety inspection and more. Book a blue ribbon service this month and get 2 nights accommodation for 2 people at any one of over 150 resorts, hotels, motels on us. A complete car service and a holiday. Call now. Lubemobile, your mobile mechanics.
On the run with nowhere to hide.
Donna thinks she knows why her father was killed.
Kidnapped to hide the truth.
Who's looking after the girl? She's not going anywhere.
A businessman in too deep.
I didn't want it to happen like this.
You've got 2 hours.
A killer out of control.
Forget what I told you.
Non-stop action and excitement with Boney. 7:30 tonight on Channel 7.
Hey, this is the way to have fun.
What a way to start the week.
Join the big spinners and be a winner with Wheel of Fortune, 5:30 today after Family Feud.
16 points in favour of Hawthorn as we approach the 22-minute mark of the last quarter. At the bounce, it's Langford and Purser. Picked up by Daniels. Daniels' kick is down to the half-forward line. Schwab racing forward for Hawthorn, but his teammate Morris beats him to it. Morris's kick is back to the centre wing position. Loose ball, it's up for grabs. Who's going to get it? Cordy, tackled well by Eade. It's out of bounds. And a boundary throw-in will be the end result, adjacent to the interchange area.
Just over the 22.5-minute mark of this last quarter. 16 points the difference in favour of Hawthorn. Time running out for the Bulldogs. Well, they both missed that. Langford and Purser. The ball kicked wild out towards the boundary line, up towards Hawthorn's half-forward line by Loveridge. And, of course, the ball out of bounds. It's about 65 metres around from the Hawthorn goal. There's no doubt, as Bob Skilton suggested, at three-quarter time, Matthews should come on the ground. He has. And he's made the difference to Hawthorn. He's played a marvellous last quarter. The ball picked up that time by Hardy. Back it goes now towards Neil Cordy, but he couldn't scoop it up in time. That's out of bounds. Still on that half-forward line for Hawthorn, and that's what they want. It'll suit them fine as time is running out on the 23-minute mark of this last quarter. So I reckon it's about 7 minutes to go at the most. Bit of fumbling going on by both sides. And the umpire will ball it up. But this is where Hawthorn wanted, down there in their attacking zone. Footscray supporters pretty quiet now. It'll be Langford and Purser. Jumps out of Hawkins. Good play as he gets out of the pack, but the hand pass wasn't too good. Down goes McCarthy. They soon pounce on him. But there's no progress made
free kick to Hawkins.
Oh, he found a free kick. He might have copped it a bit high. There's a hand pass coming out for Kennedy. A long kick over the centre of the ground. Schwab and Bamford go for that one. Neither take the mark. It's Bamford spinning out of the pack beautifully. He's gone for a pass. But well intercepted that time by Russo. The ball back to McCarthy. It's too long. Coming out to meet it now. Oh, Silver went the wrong way. Dunster with a hand pass back to Kennedy. A snap at goal. This could be the clincher. Now it's through for 1 point. So it's 17 points the difference. And we're just over the 24-minute mark of this last quarter. 15-13, 103. Hawthorn to Footscray. 13-8, 86. Running now from back into play. Hawkins having a battle out there. Is that a mark? No, the umpire called play on. Picked up by McPherson. A hand pass over to Kennedy. Brian Gordy. The ball dropped short and coming into smother at that time was Schwab. The ball is Bandit. A hand pass over to Daniels out there at half forward. He's got no one to give it to now. He's found McLean. McLean with a long hand pass. A shocker, but picked up now by Bahajar. Over it goes. A snap at goal by Neil Cordy, but he's off target and it's through for 1 point. So it's 16 points the difference. We approach the 25-minute mark. 103 plays, 87 in favour of the Hawks.
2 goals for in favour of Hawthorn. Chris Mew. He's got his hands full with Simon Beathley this afternoon. Towering punt kick. He's a bit nervous about going for the short ones. And look at that. He's just about put it up in the centre circle. So that probably answers all questions in that regard. Little McLean, I think it was, got steamrolled. No free kick, though. And it will be a bounce almost next to the centre circle.
Time on to play, Pete.
Well, about 5 minutes to go in this match. Footscray need 3 goals to win it. Loveridge on right centre wing. Gets clear of Big Purser. On to McCarthy. He hasn't done a bad job since he came on. After full forward, Dunstall. Oh, great mark! He's got a good pair of hands, this fellow, Bob, hasn't he?
Yes, he's done everything that's been asked of him. And Kennedy, there's a loose play by Hawthorn. I should say. There were 2 players, Kennedy and Judge, both in the square on their own. And I think every Footscray defender thought that Dunstall was going to go back and have the shot at goal, and they completely forgot about that short man dropping in there.
There were 2 men, as you mentioned, Bob. Judge has kicked 3 goals since he came on, I think at quarter time from memory. He would have to fall over to miss it. He hasn't, and that's the ball game. Judge has kicked 4 goals. Hawthorn 16-13, 109. Footscray 13-9, 87. We could be expecting a lot, I think, for Footscray to get up from here. We'll watch that play again. Dunstall's strong mark. And again, who's done the job up at full forward. And, of course,
when you talk about first-year players, I think under the jurisdiction, the way they look at it, because he played in Queensland, he's considered a senior player, but it's been a great effort by Jason Dunstall to come from Brisbane and settle in as he has in his first season.
Certainly has, Bob.
27 minutes have gone in the final quarter. 22 points the difference now. Line ball, the knockout. Ball booted out of the pack towards Royal. Royal, left half forward flank for Footscray, still showing plenty of running. He's gone for a pass. Schwab intercepting for Hawthorn. McCarthy gets it back to him. A hurried hand pass goes over to Ayres and Hawthorn get clear.
And Hawthorn look as though they'll go into the grand final for 1985 as Hawkins knocks the ball out of bounds. And he's played a fine game here today, Bob.
He certainly has, Lou. He's been an excellent player from start to finish, and over the 3 games that the Footscray have played, Doug Hawkins has really shown that touch of class.
27 and a half minutes gone, about 2.5 minutes to go before Hawthorn, as I said before, will go into the grand final. Picked up here now by Lester Smith. A long kick over their half forward up towards the forward pocket. But it'll beat the pack and it's out of bounds. So it's out of bounds down there in the forward pocket position for Hawthorn, and the free kick at Hardy. And of course, no doubt the winning move for Hawthorn was the mere fact that Alan Jeans brought Matthews on, and he's been a real match winner in this last quarter. As I said before, once a champ, always a champ. It's Bahajar taking that ball at half-back, driving it back towards the wing position, but they're grabbing mark from everywhere now, Hawthorn. They've really got their backer up, and a mark degree. A hand pass coming over to Russo. A long kick over the half-forward line. Matthews again. He dropped that one, but he tapped it on. But he's done his job here today. There's no doubt about that. At the back is McLean to take the mark. If there was interference that time to Langford, and he'll take the mark out there on the centre wing position. Just over the 28.5 minute, I reckon about a minute to go. And a short pass, and Lester Smith's got it. So this is going through the motions now, Hawthorn, knowing very well they'll be in the 1985 grand final to play Essendon. But I reckon Footscray certainly buttered them up for the Bombers next week. It's been a real tough match here today.
A few bruising, weren't there?
Picked up by Cordy. A hand pass coming out and out of Daniels. Footscray still having a go. They haven't thrown the sponge in as the ball goes over their half-forward line. Swab having a great battle there with Bandit. Finally picked up by Bandit. Doesn't know where to go now. He's clear. Goes for a pass, looking for Beasley. Bounces the wrong way. That's how his luck's going now. It's picked up by New. And Hawthorn takes the ball away from the danger zone once again. It beats Hawkins. And this is given a chance here for McLean. A hand pass back to Hawkins again. Finally picked up that time by Groenewegen. A shot at goal, but he's off target. Was it a goal? It's a goal. But it's too late, I'm afraid. Just on the 30-minute mark of this quarter. 1609 Hawthorn. The Footscray 14.993.
So I would say there's 36 very tired players out there at the moment, as Hawkins gets a bad bounce. McLean picks it up well. A long hand pass, and Hawkins leaving it for Groenewegen, who had time to steady and to finish it off with a nice goal.
Groenewegen's first goal coming up at the 29-minute mark. 29.5-minute mark, just on 30 minutes on that. Now Neil Cordy showing a good turn of speed. Up the half-forward. Morris and Ayers go to spoil for Hawthorn. Lester Smith taps the ball to ground, but it's picked up by Bandit. Shoots it out to McLean. Footscray not done yet. Here's Royal. He'll put this one through as well. He fires, shoots, and that's another one to Footscray. So 2 quick goals, but it's probably too late. 30.5 minutes gone. Only 10 points in it now.
You've got to give them credit.
I tell you what.
They're hanging in there all the way, and making the most of the mistakes that are made. McLean in the thick of things again, getting it out to Royal. And as we've said a few times, there's no disgrace to Footscray today. It's one thing to be thrashed as they were the other week, but today they really hit back and shown that they will be a force to contend with next year.
Well, they're still not done this year, Bob. 31 minutes gone. Out of the centre circle, who's going to get it? Down to Loveridge, there's the siren. A great fight back by Footscray to get to within 10 points, but Hawthorn will be through to the 1985 grand final against Essendon. The third year in succession of these two clubs will have fought out the VFL Cup. Hawthorn 16-13, 109 as Alan Daniels lifts off. Footscray 15-9, 99.
So there it was, Footscray so close and yet so far, failing by 10 points to win a replay, which they would have got in those days. These days, you play extra time. But the Hawks, 16-13, 109, Footscray 15-9, 99. And Hawthorn went on to the grand final, and the next week, Essendon beat their own last quarter grand final record to flog the Hawks, and that was their second premiership in a row for the Bombers. And an end of an era with Lee Matthews going out of the game.
End of an era, all right. Certainly, I keep mentioning great players of all time. Well, Lee Matthews would certainly rate in the top 5 players of all time. A magnificent footballer, tough and hard, but not only was he tough and hard, he had enormous skill and a big heart. And the one thing about Lee Matthews, Drew, I never, ever saw Lee Matthews once remonstrate with an umpire. And if he got hit, he'd just get up, have that cold, steely look on his face like John Nichols used to, and just get on with the game. He was a magnificent player.
Yep. And, of course, broke the drought for Collingwood as a coach. OK, the next one is the year they inaugurated the Norm Smith Medal for the best player in a grand final. It went to his nephew, wasn't it? Wayne Harms.
Wayne Harms,
who
right.
did that famous little thing on the boundary line. That's coming up next.
Magical memories of footy finals heroes brought to you by BP Australia. 1966, St Kilda's Barry Breen and that legendary points.
That's a point. That's a point. St Kilda in front. St Kilda in front. How long have they been playing, Mike? They have been playing about 27 and a half minutes.
BP Australia, proud sponsors of the AFL Final Series telecast.
When I finally give this game away, I don't want to be worrying about money. Sure, I've got superannuation. But is it enough to live well on? So, I had a chat with my bank, Westpac. Their financial advisors really helped me plan for my future. Even showed me how I can top up my super. Now, thanks to Westpac, I'll have plenty to live on. I'm really looking forward to putting my feet up.
It's great news. The Furniture Spot are now in Dandenong. And to celebrate, look at these spot-on opening bargains. 3-piece lounge suites with deluxe bed settee, a crazy $699 the lot. Children's bedroom suites, an even crazier $349. Entertainment units, just $249 each. And these magnificent recliner chairs, just $179. It's on now at all 3 Furniture Spots: Fairfield, Melton and Dandenong.
This is the Nissan Pulsar, the best small car in Australia. Wheels Magazine's Car of the Year. The new Nissan Pulsar is the most powerful and economical car in its class. We're backing it with an unprecedented 3-year, 100,000-kilometre factory warranty, plus a free 24-hour roadside assistance for the life of that warranty. There's a new Nissan, and we're serious about it. Don't buy a new car until you've sat in a Pulsar. Talk to a Nissan dealer now.
Relax and have fun in warm, friendly Thailand. Enjoy complimentary a la carte dinners every second night in Bangkok and other feature meals. Enjoy first-class hotels, great shopping, great sights, and Singapore. That's right, fly free onto Singapore. Now that's real value. Just contact your nearest selected travel agent for all the details of these value-packed holiday offers. And discover the difference of World Holidays, the world of difference.
Here's a news flash from Simmons Wheels. The Mag Wheel Centre with Australia's largest range of mag wheels. Simmons Wheels are now offering mag wheels to approved customers from $10 a week. Yes, $10 a week. Don't miss this fantastic opportunity to fit mag wheels to your car from $10 a week. See Simmons Wheels, the Mag Wheel Centre right now for the best deals on mag wheels and high-performance tyres from $10 a week. Unbelievable. Simmons Wheels, the Mag Wheel Centre, 427 Smith Street, Fitzroy.
The long
Going to work, so.
and short of it, all these eligible bachelors
I think I would be a good catch for some lucky girl.
on one prize-packed show.
Congratulations.
Plus, the richest contest ever.
Brand new 3-bedroom home.
The Patanas tackle the Jones on the main event, Sunday on 7.
When Doug Mulroy goes to Bathurst, the safest place to watch the race is at home on 7. The Tombs 1000.
Well, what would the long history of grand finals be without a Carlton-Collingwood game? You hate it when we bring these up.
Particularly when Carlton have won them. Although I became a Carlton player, Drew, I've got a little soft spot for the Blues.
Well, actually, you became a player for nearly everyone. You must have nearly more jumpers in your wardrobe than Crackers Keenan.
More clubs than Greg Norman, they say.
Yeah, or a croupier at a casino, yeah.
That's right.
Well, this one, 1979, was a day when Alex Jesaulenko was captain-coach, which was a thing that for Carlton, John Nichols did in 1972 and won a flag. A rarity to be a captain-coach and to win a flag as well.
And part of the Tom Hafey era, of course, I was just looking through some of the names of the Collingwood side of that era. A number of players that came from other league clubs, and even in the goal kickers, Craig Davis kicked 4, came from Carlton. Alan Edwards from Richmond. Russell Olsen from Carlton. Lee Carlson from Fitzroy. Ross Brewer from Melbourne. Kevin Morris from Richmond, and Ray Byrne from Carlton. So, Tommy, not frightened to grab players from other league clubs if he thought that they were of benefit to his club. And Hafey, look, really, when you think about it, Tom Hafey did a magnificent job with Collingwood, because when you look through their side, they're only really a battling side compared to some of the names at Carlton, yet he got them into grand finals, and very, very stiff not to have won a couple. But never forget Wayne Harms. He kicked that ball way out to the members' half-forward flank. Most players will have let that roll over the line. In fact, I think it did
hung their head
over the line. Yeah. He dived and thumped it in for Kenny Sheldon to kick that goal. One of the most memorable things ever in the history of the game.
Yeah. I'll tell you a little story about... I went to Collingwood's training on the Thursday night, show day, before the grand final. And this shows you the tradition of the old Collingwood. And they were filling... The players themselves, the senior players who were about to line up in a grand final, were picking the staples out of raffle tickets and putting them in one of those old petrol tins, painted black and white, to spin around and, you know, draw some lucky supporter to win a ticket to the grand final. Here they were, with bleeding thumbnails, 2 days before the grand final. That's the sort of thing they were doing.
And also before a grand final at Collingwood training sessions, it was like going to a normal home and away league game at Collingwood. You get 20 or 30,000 there, families with their kids, and it was a magnificent atmosphere. And Collingwood, of course, a huge part of AFL football, not the only part of AFL football that some people seem to think at times, but a very big part with their massive following.
Yep. So, the Collingwood players, bleeding thumbnails and all, went into the grand final, and this is how it stood at three-quarter time. And there wasn't much in it. There was only a point in at Carlton's half-time, but by three-quarter time, they'd opened up a lead of 21 points. We come down to the last quarter. Well, it was memorable for Jezza going off and for Wayne Harms and all that. Sit back and enjoy it again.
Final quarter of the 1979 grand final at the Melbourne Cricket Ground. Tap down goes really nobody's way, and the free kick coming out to the Magpies, to Russell Olsen, who copped a very hefty knock earlier in the match. Olsen's long kick up towards half forward. Collingwood badly needing some goals, but the Carlton defence has been pretty firm most of the afternoon. And Banks claiming he was whacked on the head and should get a free kick, but the umpire disagrees. He's the one that counts. As we await the ball up, Fitzpatrick tapped it down. On the shoulder, says the umpire, and a free kick going to Dennis Banks this time, and I guess he's pretty happy about that. Banks would be directly in front of goal and about 45 to 50 metres out, and a goal here would really set the Magpies on the way to recovery. Banks comes in and far. Dear, oh dear. Mistakes galore. That's not Collingwood's day, is it? Well, we'll know in about 30 minutes' time as the ball is picked up by Moore, who tries to go through the pack. Got it over to Kevin Morris. Morris up towards the full forward zone. Jesselenko, soccer tactics from Jetta. Gets the ball out to the mud patch on the centre wing position of the Melbourne Cricket Ground. Brewer, likewise soccer tactics. The ball very close to the boundary line, and it's picked up there by Armstrong, the Carlton ruck rover, in turn towards the centre wing position again. A chance for Johnston, but he couldn't read the play. Keogh up towards half forward. Harms chasing. Out comes Mark McClure. Snaps the ball back at goal. Burns down there for the Magpies. Harms goes straight through him. A chance for McConville. Anderson dives on top of the ball, but it eludes him. Collingwood defending desperately as umpire Bill Duggar comes in and decides to ball it up. 1.5 minutes gone of the final term. A very crowded forward line it is down there. Let's see if he bounces it down or throws it in the air. Once again, Moore and Mackay. I think we'll have another ball up down there too, as they can't get it clear.
Well, you wouldn't want to be out there for any money amongst that mud and amongst all those players going in so desperately at the moment. Up it goes. Knocked out by Moore. Grabbed by Olsen off the side of his boot. Pushed back in out of Buckley, trying to get clear. He's out. He fires, but he's kicked it out of bounds, I think. Or maybe 1 point. So they've got a lead of 22 points now, Carlton, and it's going to be very hard for Collingwood to peg them back because both sides very tight. It's been a hard-slogging game. That first 10 minutes, I don't think I've seen anything like it in my life for an opening of a grand final.
They'd be pretty tired at the moment, Lou.
Both sides, and a lead of 22 points is equivalent to about 6 goals. Waiting now for the ball to come back into play. We're at the 2.5 minute mark, so there's a long way to go. And if Collingwood are good enough, of course, they can win this game. There's a long kick back into play, well up towards the centre of the ground. Rene King taken off the pank by Buckley. Buckley's been a very good player. There's a chance for McClure at the back. He got up pretty high, but well marked there by Billy Picken down there in the back pocket. Well, he's getting up to have a go at him. I wouldn't worry about that. A hand pass coming over to Byrne. Byrne kicks the ball long. Going after it now is Moore and Fitzpatrick. They're both showing plenty of pace. It'll beat them both, I think, and it's pushed out of bounds. That was good play on the part of Fitzpatrick. At least he's kept it well within the range of the Carlton forward line. It's about half forward for them. Knocked out by Fitzpatrick, grabbed by Anders, has a bit of trouble getting it up. A hand pass coming over to Olsen. Olsen with a long kick up there towards the full forward zone. Southby in front. Out it goes to Shaw, but he gets a touch of the fumbles. Edwards has got it now. He's getting away. A hand pass back to Carlson. Another one back there in the forward pocket of Shaw. He fires, he slips. Bad luck as he tries to pick it up. There's Klomp trying to break through the pack. And it's out of bounds. Umpire said dropping the ball against him, I think.
Oh, gee. That's what he said, Luke.
That's what he said. He said, you dropped it. By golly, you hardly touched it. Rene King's got the kick. He's right on the boundary line. You can see the goals. This is a difficult shot. If he gets this one, I'll make it at 16 points the difference. And it should liven Collingwood up. He turns around, fires as he put it through. He's off target and through for 1 point. So it's 21 points the difference at the 4-minute mark of the last quarter of the 1979 Grand Final. Coming to you live through Channel 7. There's that kick again. Slips over you. Watch Klopp. He gets a free kick against him here.
Well, they did. The umpire was right.
Okay, ball on the half-back line now, and it's driven up towards the centre wing position. No mark played by the umpire as Ireland tries to get it out to Magro. Magro's long hand pass is taken by Kink at half forward. Kink looking for someone a little bit nearer the goals, but McConville's there and taps it over his head to Southby. Jeff Southby, not a good hand pass from him, but Armstrong under plenty of pressure, but he gets around two opponents. Well played, Barry Armstrong. Towards the boundary he goes and finds Robert Klomp. Klomp looks for Buckley, but it's smothered and out of bounds. Collingwood still in the match, but the Magpies have certainly got the job in front of them. As Bob Skilton mentioned, the players would be pretty tired right now as we await the boundary throw-in. Fitzpatrick gets it down. He's been rucking very well today, and he'll be in line for the Norm Smith medal to be presented at the conclusion of the match. Morris, soccer tactics, almost a free kick against him as it goes to Anderson and Magro. Magro from half forward, not a long kick by the Collingwood back pocket player who's now seemingly on the ball. Knocked away by Davis. Out towards Lee Carlton at left half forward. In he comes. Carlson gets his second, but well smothered by Rod Austin. That was beautifully done. And the boundary throw in the end result. So Collingwood can't seem to do much right at the moment, as Carlton have got them tied up in knots. Fitzpatrick, Edwards, goes to Armstrong. A high kick doesn't cover 10 metres. No, the umpire said play on, and Edwards has caught with the ball, and so it's going to be a ball-up situation as Doyle and Fitzpatrick collared him simultaneously. 50 metres out from goal, roughly, as we await the ball up. Umpire Kevin Smith. Fitzpatrick to Armstrong. Good ruck play. Armstrong back and turn towards the centre wing position. Keogh and Ireland, and he got one for his corner. Right on the ear. Trevor Keogh. Looking for Mackay. In front and takes the mark. One of the best aerialists in the VFL, and he'll drive Carlton deep into attack, David Mackay. He's gone for the long kick, looking for McLeod. Picken! Oh, what a mark! The mark of the grand final. Look at that. What did you think, Lou?
Magnificent mark. A mark, the ball slippery. You thought it was a dry day. The ball back there to centre, half back for Collingwood. Down it comes now. Magro playing in the centre, drives it back over the centre position. Dill goes for the punch. There's Fitzpatrick backing up. Well, he's played a great game. A hand pass out to Austin, having trouble picking it up, but finally picks it up now. Out towards Sheldon and Byrne. There's Barham flying too. Young doing the wise thing, stays down, picks it up, goes for a pass, looking out there for his teammate Johnson. He's found him. Johnson's kick is not a good one. In goes Morris. He goes down. Umpires found a free kick. It could go to Morris. And Morris to take that free kick towards the back pocket position. Carlton in front by 21 points. We're at the 7-minute mark, and both sides very tired. There's a mark to Edwards. Edwards and Kink have fallen out of the game. King came back a little bit towards the end of that quarter, but Edwards a very good player early. Punched away by Carlton's Fitzpatrick. There's Buckley trying to get it out. In goes Banks, finally picked up by Keogh. Over to Jeff Southby, a short pass. It's okay, and Dill's got the ball now, and he'll set them going as he shoots it down there looking for his teammates. They're all flying. Down they go. Byrne gives a hand pass. Back to Morris, out there at half-back. Collingwood still tries. He tries to find Edwards. It goes off the top of his hand. Fitzpatrick gives it to Dool, and Dool drives it long back there towards the forward line. Punched away by Moore. And there we see breaking clear is Mackay. Mackay giving it over the shoulder, and he's grabbed. He's clear. A hand pass to Harms. And Carlton swinging to a tap up the full forward to mark the Billy Picken again. He's played a mighty fine game for Collingwood too. Ball kicked out wide. Chance for Magro to mark. He's out there on his own. He's got a ton of room to move about with. Still, at the moment, 21 points in favour of Carlton. The ball out there on the wing for this bar and going from Roman. Can this fella go? Boots it up towards the forward pocket. Jezelenko and Shaw, the two captains. Down goes Jezelenko, and Shaw's there. He's grabbed by the leg, and the umpire's found it. But that was a pretty wise move on the part of Jezelenko. He knew if he got away at an open run to goal. Now he's got to have a direct shot, Bob.
Well, possibly so, but I don't think Jezelenko realised that the ball was going to be picked up by McConville. Now we see Jezelenko and Shaw right on screen. A beautiful shot. Shaw about to break away. Jezelenko making sure that he doesn't. And I don't think he realised that McConville was coming in.
Waiting on Shaw to have this shot from about 35 metres out, right on the boundary line. Not a bad sort of a kick. It's not coming around enough. And the difference is 20 points now at the 9-minute mark. Collingwood go to 7-11-53. To Carlton 10-13. 73.
So 20 points the difference as Jeff Southby prepares to boot the ball back into play. More up high. Anderson pursued by Francis. He fires at the goals. It's well off target though in towards the 10-metre square. Davis snaps for goal. That's coming around. Okay, it might be a goal. No. Yes, it is. Collingwood still in the match.
The growing popularity of the new Magna is testament to its quality. So to anyone who hasn't experienced the excitement and refinement of a Magna sedan or wagon, we say,
it's going to flood here tomorrow. How do you know that? What are you going to do about it?
I'm going to send a message over the land and across the sky to all the people down the river.
Mental telepathy.
No, mate. Mobile phone.
Telecom's mobile net is helping more and more people keep in touch around Australia's populated areas.
Imagine your worst nightmare. Under Mr. Kennett, jobs are gone, wages are cut. Don't let Mr. Kennett's dream become your nightmare.
We will improve productivity and protect award wages. We have a real and honest plan for manufacturing industry. Hard work and an honest plan. That's how we'll face the future.
Joan Kerner, Facing the Future. Authorised by J. Beecham for the Australian Labor Party, Carlton.
Are you still opening your garage door the old way? Well, isn't it time you made it easier and added a B&D controller door automatic garage door opener? No matter what type of garage door you have, whether it be a tilting type door, a rolling type door, or a sectional overhead door, all B&D controller door openers are Australian made and produced to the highest standards to suit most garage doors. You know you'll be right behind a B&D controller door.
Look who's having our spring carpet clearance.
Oh.
That's right, it's Solomon's. Come on in.
It's time for a spring clean, and we've got 4 fabulous carpets to clear at crazy prices.
Like this cut and loop with Scotch Guard, only $39.50 a metre.
100% wool Berber, just $62.50.
Dupont Antron is only $69.50 a metre.
And this famous Stainmaster is just $79.
What a clearance!
But hurry before the bargains are all cleaned out.
Save in style at Solomon's.
What happened in a small American town 30 years ago?
There's something terribly wrong here in Derry.
What secrets had thrust childhood friends into a menacing path of mysterious force?
It's back.
Inhuman, unexplained, unstoppable, unless...
I'm going back in. This time I'm going to kill him.
One of the most riveting thrillers ever to come to television is here.
Oh, my God!
If Stephen King is the master of suspense, then this is his masterpiece. The television premiere, It, Monday on 7.
Collingwood right back into the game again, and if they can kick the next goal, it'll really kick them along.
It's Moore and Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick got the tap out. Harms was there. It goes past him, but he was expecting the hand pass and didn't get it. Wearmouth. Away he goes. Ronnie Wearmouth, and Collingwood supporters haven't given up yet. Look at this little fella go. Ronnie Wearmouth straight through the glue pot, goes for the pass. Successful. Carlton. Lee Carlton, 55 metres out from goal, and he's directly in front. A chance to put the Magpies right back into the match, but it'd need to be a very good kick. In the goal square, Edwards and Davis. With Ray Shaw as we watch the kick. Look at that! It's a goal! Oh, what a great kick from Carlton, and the Magpies are back in the Premiership. What a kick! The scores. Collingwood 9-11, 65. Carlton 10-13, 73.
Again on replay, a beautiful pass from Wearmouth to Carlton, and with the pressure that was on Carlton there, for him to go back and kick a goal, a real great goal.
11 minutes gone, and 8 points the difference. Can the Magpies get up? Knocked out by Fitzpatrick. It goes out there now. A chance for Collingwood to get it clear. There's Magro. He's grabbed by his own man, Olsen. He's out. Olsen's in the way again. Olsen gets it out, but the umpire's going to ball. I don't think he knew it was Magro. He grabbed him, you know, then.
Oh, he could well have concussion, Lou, the whack that he got earlier.
There it goes, Fitzpatrick and Moore. Finally, Moore is going to get a free kick against him, and it'll go there to Fitzpatrick out there towards the half-back line. Fitzpatrick ready to drive it deep down there towards that half-forward. There's Mackay coming out. This looks dangerous. Mackay at centre half-forward. They're in front by 8 points. 11 and a half minutes gone of the last quarter. There's a lead coming up there to McClure, and a great mark. He got away from Pickham that time. And he's well within kicking distance. He'd be about 40 metres out, if that. And McClure's already kicked 2 goals. They're in front by 8 points. Carlton, they were at I think 22 points in front at one stage of this quarter. McClure ready to sight the goals up. He knows this is a vital kick. Comes around too far. Umpire set through for 1 point. So the difference is 9 points now. 12 minutes gone, and every second counts in this game, and both sides mighty tied because it's been a tough slogging game. There we see the kick by Mackay, and a great mark by McClure in front of Billy Pickham that time. Ball out towards that half-back line. There's a chance for Rene Kink to pick it up. He's clear. A hand pass over to Anderson. Now it's Collingwood's turn to swing into attack. A long kick down there towards... there's the old reliable himself. And it's a good mark taken there. A little short of centre half-back by Jezelenko. 13 minutes gone.
Jezelenko playing in defence for the last quarter and a half. Anderson. McCormack in there for Collingwood, and umpire Kevin Smith decides to bong it up on the centre wing position adjacent to the VFL emblem. Fitzpatrick to Klomp, and Klomp well shepherded. His kick up towards half forward. Morris is there. Johnston's there. He's caught. A hand passes to Harms. Back to Johnston. Danger for Collingwood as Johnston lines up the goals from 30 metres out, and he's missed. And so that makes the difference 10 points in favour of Carlton. 13 minutes gone in the quarter. Collingwood still live, but they now need 2 goals. Can they get them? 65-75. The VFL Grand Finals through HSV and associated stations throughout Australia. Fitzpatrick. Wearmouth driving Collingwood into attack now. Up towards Rene Kink. Oh, he spilt the mark. A chance for Klomp, but Kink's still in there fighting his heart out for Collingwood. Buckley In comes little Anderson. Over to Wearmouth. Collingwood still fighting hard. Wearmouth up towards the full forward zone. Oh, great mark brought in by Peter McConville. That was a ripper. In he comes. It'll go around the boundary line. Olsen in the front posse. Fitzpatrick up high. Tried to tap the ball clear. It comes to Ireland. Over to Anderson. To Kink. He lines up the goals. It's sailing goalwards. The difference is 4 points. 4 points the difference in the 1979 grand final as King puts it through. Let's check the scores for you. Collingwood 10-11, 71. Carlton 10-15, 75.
Well, anything can happen now because there's only 14 minutes gone of this quarter, and it's a matter of which side can stand up and last the distance, Bobby.
Well, Anderson hasn't had the greatest of days, Lou, but in the last 5 minutes of play, he's really lifted his game.
Back to the centre, Fitzpatrick and Moore. It comes out to Olsen. He gets the ball back towards Collingwood's half forward. Has a chance, a good mark there to Barham. And Collingwood ready to go into attack. A hand pass down to Magro. Up there towards the full forward zone. Davis there, punched out by Jezelenko, and the ball is out of bounds in the forward pocket position. This crowd. Oh, Jezelenko's hurt his leg. That's bad news. He's limping badly. Don't tell me he's got to go off the ground, because that'll be a sad blow to Carlton. Up they go. The ball, this Dill trying to get out. It'll be a pile up here, and the umpire's going to play it safe and ball it up about 20 metres out from the Collingwood goal. Jezelenko in trouble there. Bad trouble.
Well, Carlton a bit slow, Lou, to get somebody down into that back pocket.
Up it goes now. Knocked out again. A chance for the Southby to clear it away. Out it goes there towards Young. It's out of bounds. It'll be a throw in from that half forward line, about 50 metres around from the Collingwood goal. At the moment, Carlton 4 points in front. And Jezelenko will be going off the ground.
And Marku coming back on, and looks like Brown coming off.
And the ball cleared away by Armstrong. Moore going up. McCormick trying to get it out. He's clear, and Collingwood going to attack again. The ball up there towards the full forward zone. Rene King setting himself. And the ball is finally forced out by McConville. Out of bounds. Jezelenko coming up. He looks in pain too.
He's only got 17 on the ground because Brown's come off. Jezelenko you can see him being carried off the ground.
Well, Brown
not realising that he should be out there.
Okay, the ball back. There's the wrong man, Dill. A chance for Wearmouth to get it back to Barham. A snap for goal, and what's the result? It won't make the distance. It'll go out of bounds. Nearly hit the line, but it's out of bounds, and a penalty free kick down there to Austin. Only 4 points the difference in favour of Carlton. Still a ton of time for anyone to win this game at the 16.5-minute mark as we wait now for Austin to bring the ball back into play.
Jezelenko getting a huge round of applause as he comes around the boundary line, but back to the play. Moore got high, tried for the screamer. It didn't work though. Anderson grabbed. We're not in possession. He must get a free kick, surely. No. It's going Carlton's way, and it will be taken by Francis. Francis up from the back pocket goes for the long kick towards the centre wing position. Johnson was behind the pack. It's socked away by Keogh. Down towards the half-forward line. Harms tries to pick it up. Buckley gets it out to Harms now. He's pursued by Brewer, but he can't catch him. Harms fires at the goals, but he's off target. It's rolling towards the boundary line, and Harms almost makes ground. He taps it back to Sheldon. It's a goal! Oh, what a goal! If you don't mind, Harms is almost as quick as the kick.
How does it happen? You're down in a mine, or painting a sign, or straining till you thought you'd burst. You sure got a thirst. A hard-earned thirst needs a big cold beer, and the best cold beer is Vic. You're leading the band, or lending a hand. You can get it any old how. Matter of fact, I got it now. A hard-earned thirst needs a big cold beer, and the best cold beer is Vic. Vic Bitter.
Owning a pool can be fun, but finding a builder you can really trust isn't easy. At Exclusive, a family company, we've been quietly building quality pools for 15 years. 10 years ago, we were building family-sized pools for around $7,000. For a limited time only, we'll build you the same pool for the same price. That's right, a family-sized pool for just $6,990. Here's a real opportunity to save several $1,000s on your new pool. It's your money. Call now.
He hasn't moved at all. I just put that thing under his head. Who's driving the car? How fast are we going? Roughly 80. Okay. Hold it up high for me.
We're in 90 in the 60 zone.
The traffic was doing about 80.
We're
You can't get through their thick heads. The faster you drive, the harder you hit, and the more damage that you do.
The physical evidence that we've gathered just suggests that you were travelling well in excess of 60. I'm going to get some of this responsibility.
You realise the young lade's died.
I'm going to take him home.
It's speed. You can't call this an accident. That guy's got to live with this for the rest of his life. Don't fool yourself. Speed kills.
Oh, my boy. Give me back.
Karcher, new generation high-pressure cleaning systems blast dirt and grime away with effectively 18 times the power of a garden hose, and they save up to 80% on water usage. Compact, durable and lightweight, the Karcher 355 is perfect for cleaning paths, brickwork, driveways, patios and washing your car. Cleaning roof tiles and four-wheel drives is so easy with the Karcher 580. Accessories like the rotary brush make windows cleaner than ever before.
I'm glad I brought a Karcher.
Karcher, working hard to make cleaning easy.
This is the Nissan Pulsar, the best small car in Australia. Wheels Magazine's Car of the Year. The new Nissan Pulsar is the most powerful and economical car in its class. We're backing it with an unprecedented 3-year, 100,000-kilometre factory warranty, plus a free 24-hour roadside assistance for the life of that warranty. There's a new Nissan, and we're serious about it. Don't buy a new car until you've sat in a Pulsar. Talk to a Nissan dealer now.
Tonight Live, Strangely Ballroom and Strictly Weird. But coming up, a whole week of special guests. So hang on to your vertical hold for Tonight Live.
Someone's about to get very rich.
One life insurance policy.
By means most foul.
Do you want the hospital to keep him alive unconditionally? Please do.
And what they've started,
Hey, stupid.
they have to end one way or another.
Could he still die? If I have any say.
In the heat of the night, 9:30 Tuesday on 7.
Can Collingwood get back? Oh, he missed that more completely. There's a chance for Marcoux to get out. But he's grabbed and the umpire will ball it up at centre field. A little bit down towards Collingwood centre half forward position. Carlton in front by 10 points. 18 minutes gone. Still plenty of time for the Magpies, if they're good enough. Carlton hanging on. Knocked out by Moore. Chance here for Ireland to get clear. He's in the mud pile there, and the umpire's going to ball it up. This time it's towards Carlton centre half forward. Only about 10 metres away from the centre. By golly, you can feel the tension up here in this commentator's box. Andrew Ireland goes for the punch. Pushed away again. There's a chance for Shaw. He picks it up. A hand pass to Morris. Another long one to Carlson out there on his own. He's in trouble. He's grabbed high around the neck, and the umpire said a free kick.
He could have got 15 metres too, Lou.
I think he was acting a bit that time. Carlton in front by 10 points. Collingwood have got to get their game going. The ball comes back to Big Fitzpatrick. He dropped that mark. Edwards can't pick it up either. He piles on top of the ball. Dool and Fitzpatrick in there with him, and the umpire will ball it up at centre half forward, about 65 metres out from the Collingwood goal. That'd be about 1.5 miles if you're playing out there too. I'm not kidding. So it's back to the centre, back to the bounce. Moore and Fitzpatrick, they've had a great duel. Moore gets it out, but Olsen's in the way. Gets a short pass out there to Shaw, and Collingwood go into attack again. Down it goes. There's Brown going through. His kicker's out wide. A chance for Marcoux to mark, and he does. Marcoux on the ground there, out at half back, and of course Jezelenko leaving the ground with a very painful leg injury. Ball kicked back towards centre field. A chance now for Francis to mark. He's been a darn good player for Carlton. Waiting on Marcoux to send them back into attack again. The ball falls short, and a good mark to Johnson. Got away from Morris, and he's out there a little short of the half-forward line. A long kick. And a good mark to Brewer, playing down there at half-back, or in the back pocket. I'm not quite sure where he's playing. Played most of his football on the attacking side of the ground. Rene Kink and Plump, they both go, but down they go, and no one's giving up here as we see Johnson get it out. And the ball driven back there to Harms, a hand pass. Out there to Armstrong, he's getting away, but he's attacked here by Brewer and also Andrew Ireland, who can't get a fair hand pass that time and goes for the boundary line, and it's out of bounds. 20 minutes gone, and still Carlton in front by 10 points, I think it is. We've got the policeman standing in front of the scoreboard over there, and we're at the 20-minute mark. That's the score. 71 plays 81. 20 minutes gone, and still plenty of time if they're good enough, the Magpies. stack up there, and the umpire player's going to ball up about, 40 metres out from the Carlton goal.
Well, if Carlton get the next goal, though, I think it's curtains for the Magpies. Collingwood must get the next one to keep their chances alive. It's on the Carlton half-forward line now as Marku tries to go after it. Picked up by Klump. A short pass from Robert Klump to Sheldon. This is danger. Sheldon, a short pass. But his man down there was covered. That was Harms. Olsen over to Wearmouth. Back to Brewer, and the Magpies can get it clear here. They want to get the run down the ground. Ross Brewer from centre half back. Brewer looking out there for Carlson, who's on his own, and Lee Carlson bursts away now. He'll drive Collingwood up into their attacking zone, but straight to Jeff Southby away from Banks. And ever reliable Southby taking the mark across the half-back zone for the Blues. Barham in front of Armstrong on that occasion, and the ball over the boundary thrown back into play about 80 to 85 metres from the behind post on Collingwood's right half-forward flank. Ruckman, Edwards contesting, but more over the top. Collingwood small men there. Where are they? There's Magro. Dool right there with him. A free kick, or is it a ball up? A ball up, says umpire Bill Dever, on Collingwood's half-forward line with 22 minutes gone. There's the Collingwood Brain Trust, Tommy Hafey and Ron Richards. I guess they'd be pretty worried at the moment. Collingwood need 2 goals. They need them quickly. They've got about 8 minutes in which to score them, I'd reckon, as long as Carlton don't score any. Fitzpatrick tries to get the ball clear of the pack. They're all having trouble down there. Marku comes out with it eventually and shoots out the hand pass. It wasn't a good one, and it's picked up eventually by Keogh. Keogh drives the Blues up to the centre wing position, looking for Johnston, who gets boot the ball very quickly, but he's put it out of bounds on the full. And the end result of that will be a penalty free kick to Collingwood's Ross Brewer. He's at right half back, Ross Brewer. A wobbly punt kick. Wearmouth in front. They still can't get it out of the pack. Olsen's there, Armstrong there. And likewise Mike Fitzpatrick, and it's the ball-up situation on the centre wing position on the outer side of the ground. 22.5 minutes have gone in the quarter.
And still 10 points in front, Carlton. Out there on that wing position. Moore goes for the grab. Couldn't pick it up. Keogh has a fresh air shot. It's Olsen driving it down there towards Rene Kick. He should have marked it. He tried to go for the big punch. And there it is, though. It'll be a ball up there. McConville pounced on him straight away. Thought he could have grabbed that, Bobby.
I think it must have been touched off the boot, Lou. I can't imagine why Kink wouldn't have tried for the mark.
Ball comes back to Moore. Plumps in there too. Wearmouth trying to get it. Went between Fitzpatrick's leg. He can't get it out. The umpire said a free kick to Carlton. And that's the one they want. We're 23 minutes into this last quarter. And they're still 10 points in front. By golly, it's been a tough game. And both these sides will be that tired. They're that tired now, as a matter of fact. They can hardly raise a gallop. And they're putting in superhuman efforts to keep themselves going. Out it goes there to the half-back flank. McKays couldn't hold the mark, but the umpire's found a free kick. It'll go to McCormack out there on that half-back line. Time ticking away. The Magpies need 2 goals to win this match. Punched away by Dool. Back it goes out there to Johnson. A long kick. A good chance now for Brewer to take the mark. And Brewer takes it at half-back, looking for someone to give it to. But I'll try and drive it down there as quickly as I possibly could. That's a long kick out there towards the wing position. Ah, there's a good mark to Johnson. He's been a very handy player for Carlton today.
2 Collingwood players collided there.
They better get up quickly. One is Edwards too, I notice.
Other's Banks.
And the other's Banks. And the mark out to Armstrong. Armstrong out there on that wing position.
They're both still down, Lou, those players.
Edwards hasn't moved, but there we see Armstrong going for a short pass. It was juggled there by Young, but he's got a bit of time to kick it. He finally kicks it over there looking for Buckley. He smothers it well. He's grabbed, he's collared. It'll be holding the ball against him. I think we've got to agree, Bob, both these sides have put up a tremendous performance today.
You've got to admire all 40 players.
Anyone that talks about the collywobbles today, well, they don't know what they're talking about, because both sides have fought it out well. We see a fresh air shot that time again by McConville, driven back by France. There's a chance for Brewer to mark again. A hand pass to Moore. Collingwood trying to get it down there. It's a shocking kick off the side of the boot. Out it goes to Ricky Barham. He's away from his opponent. And look at him go. He's trying to bounce the ball. He's actually bounced. He got one in the back. It'll be a free kick to Ricky Barham.
A clever free kick, though.
We're at the 25-minute mark. It won't be a long quarter because there hasn't been many goals kicked for the quarter. 4 goals, so I'd say about 29. There we see him push him in the back.
No doubt it was a free kick that Dool desperate just to try and stop Barham.
The kick by Barham is up there, doesn't reach the distance. They all fly. They go high. A chance now for Olsen to get out. There's an Olsen out there. He finally gets. He said he threw it, and he's not too happy about it either. He looks more like Al Jolson. His face is covered in mud. and it's Klopp who's been a very good player for Carlton. Well, there's been a lot of good players for both sides. It'd be unfair to say that. There's flying high was Harms over to Francis, and Francis is clear as he drives the ball wide out there, looking there for Sheldon. Burns going after. Sheldon's got a chance here. They both go down. Burns first to recover. At the Brewer again. Collingwood still trying to get it up there. And a mark to Andrew Ireland out there on the wing position. 26 minutes gone, and still Carlton 10 points in front.
Ireland up toward half forward, and McConville, has he taken the mark? No! Wearmouth's got it over to Edwards. The Carlton fans weren't too happy with it. Edwards runs it and fires at the goals. And what's he done with it? I think he's missed. No, it's a goal! The difference is again 4 points. Any team can still win the 79 grand final. Let's check the scores. It's Collingwood 11-11, 77 to Carlton 11-15, 81.
We just saw it on replay there, Peter, and McConville, you could have paid the mark, but then again, when you're on your own, you should hold those. He should have run it down the hands and into the arms, and McConville definitely should have pulled it in.
Right, gee, the goal umpire tricked me there when he ran right into the point post. I thought he'd missed that one. However, it's 4 points the difference. Peter Moore taps the ball out, taken away by Harms. He goes towards right half forward for the Blues. The Magpies need the next goal, and if Carlton get it, it'll wrap it up for them, I'd suggest, with 27 minutes gone for the final quarter.
There'll be about 2 or 3 minutes to go, Peter.
Well, not long. Any team can still win it. Moore and Mackay. Picked up by Byrne. And he doesn't get it too far, though. There's Wearmouth falling into the back of Buckley, who gets the kick in over towards the half-forward line. Ireland and Harms. The ball tapped away. Is it a free kick? No, play on, says the umpire. It's scooped out to Armstrong now. Armstrong, quick to get boots the ball up to Mark McClure. McClure with a chance to wrap the game up. He gave it to Mackay with a bad hand pass, though. Peter Moore and also Brewer in there. Here's Marku. This could wrap it up. He fires. He's missed. 5 points the difference. At the 27.5-minute mark. 5 points the difference. It's 11-16, 82 Carlton, Collingwood 11-11, 77.
I tell you what, it's not enough to give a commentator a heart attack. A short pass out to Brewer. And he's been a pretty good player since moved down to the half-back line. Collingwood trying to get it around there. As it go for Magro. He's going for the mark, but the umpire set a free kick for interference. 28 minutes gone. Is there time for Collingwood to get up? They're 5 points. And Carlton have won the 1979 premiership. The score, the final scores. Carlton 11-16, 82. Once again, Collingwood the bridesmaid. 11 goals, 11, 77.
Well, what a grand final. It had everything, didn't it? It really had everything. It had toughness in the first few minutes. It had great marks. And it will be celebrations into the long hours of tomorrow morning at Princes Park. Full credit to Collingwood, though. They fought the match right out. They got within 4 points earlier in the final term and then 5 points. And that was as close as they were to get. Surprisingly, a rather short final term. It was just on 28 minutes. And Carlton players, officials and supporters very, very happy. There's George Harris even smiling. That's the first time I've ever seen that happen.
Well, what a day. The Blues by 5 points. 11-16, 82. 11-11, 77 Collingwood. And interesting to see Perce Jones there in the elation right at the end, because he was to become the Blues coach the next year when Jezza backed George Harris. And there was George drinking the champagne.
That's right, yeah.
And George was turfed, and Jezza, well, he jumped on the wrong tram and went with him.
Yes, a strange old summer, that one. And also Wayne Johnston there we saw, and what a magnificent finals player he was. A big heart, Wayne, and now coaching up in the Ballarat League. But George Harris, now there's a name, George... he hated Collingwood, George, president. That's the one club he loved to beat. I'm sure he'd rather Collingwood lose than Carlton win at times when they weren't playing each other, but probably deep down he had a big respect, a huge respect for Collingwood. But he made out to the media he hated Collingwood.
OK, next up is when Kevin Sheedy went to Essendon, he finally got them in the finals in 1981, and coming up, an elimination final between the Bombers and the Lions.
When an organization can harness the power of its resources, it becomes strong. One Australian public company has that power. And now, with SIO, it will become stronger still. In fact, GIO Australia has grown to become one of the top 50 Australian companies with over $8 billion in assets. GIO Australia, now incorporating SIO, has the power to perform.
When both your car and yourself could do with a bit of blue ribbon service, ring Lubemobile and then prepare to escape. While making your great escape plans, an experienced Lubemobile mechanic will give your car a blue ribbon service, a full electronic tune-up, transmission service, brake check, a complete safety inspection and more. Book a blue ribbon service this month and get 2 nights accommodation for 2 people at any one of over 150 resorts, hotels, motels on us. A complete car service and a holiday. Call now. Lubemobile, your mobile mechanics.
Who's it going to be? Geelong or West Coast? AFL Premiers 1992. Find out this Saturday, September 26th at the MCG. But if the Cats win, you'll be able to purchase at Kmart your AFL-approved official 1992 Premiership souvenir T-shirt. On sale Sunday, September 27, and only at Kmart.
The Furniture Spot are now in Dandenong, and to celebrate, look at these spot-on opening bargains. Bedside tables are being thrown out for just $19 each. Deluxe TV video cabinets are $39 each. Students and computer desks are crazy $109 each. Coffee tables just $39 each. And children's leatherwood chairs $39. It's on now at all 3 Furniture Spots: Fairfield, Melton and Dandenong.
Spot on the top value, the Furniture Spot.
Ever had a what am I going to do now experience? You know, like, what am I going to do? If you've got RACV house or contents insurance, this is all you need to do.
Emergency Home Assist.
This 24-hour helpline gets reliable local tradesmen on their way fast. And if it's an insurance claim, you'll get your money back. It's a free service with RACV house or contents insurance. Here's what you ought to do. Switch your policy now.
7 Sport Mitsubishi Motors Mark of the Year. Your phone vote could win you a Mitsubishi Magna. Dial the phone number on the mark you want to vote for. Mark 1, Tony Lockett, St Kilda. Mark 2, Wayne Wiedemann, Adelaide. Mark 3, Darren Jarman, Hawthorn. Mark 4, Darren Wielden, Fitzroy. Mark 5, Nicky Winmar, St Kilda. The winner of the Mark of the Year will also receive a Mitsubishi Magna. You have until 4 p.m. today to register your vote.
Jennifer Kite meets Jeffrey Kennett's best assets.
His best quality is probably the fact that he loves me.
A frank and honest discussion.
So we've been through this 2 times before.
A revealing exclusive interview.
Outside these walls he's liberated, but certainly around here he knows his place.
Felicity Kennett, a 7 News special report Monday.
The famous finals aren't enough. What about, let's take a look at some of the greatest marks taken in front of television cameras through the history of the game. There's a bit of Doug Wade, there's a bit of Alex Jezelenko, there's a bit of Peter... No, you didn't take many high ones.
I didn't get off the ground too often, Drew, and I like to have my feet firmly on Mother Earth, but of course you must remember I played with Barry Price and Wayne Richardson. I didn't have to jump high, just kept leading out.
Laces out and bang.
Called for the lace out there in the hands.
And you led up the ground, not out towards the boundary line?
That's right, straight up the middle.
Beautiful. Well, some of these blokes could really take a mark. They'd pin their feet around the bloke's ears in front and drag down some screamers. There's some beauties here.
Yeah, well, so I think nothing excites a crowd more than the high mark, and I think over the years, Trevor Barker, Peter Knights, you know, guys, Billy Picken, Graham Teasdale, guys that had spring in the heels, and I think you're born with that natural skill to jump high. Peter Moore had it, just that ability to be able to leap in the air, and, you know, it's a great gift to have.
So, we're giving you enough time to get the recorder going? No. Not supposed to do that. But here they are, some of the greatest marks taken in our game.
Plays on immediately here, right cheek down to the goal.
Right in towards that full forward area. Whoever's trying to mark like that.
John Gill puts it onto his boot up towards... Oh, look at Jezelenko! What a ripper! Where is he? He picks it right up into the... Oh, Patterson! What a beauty!
He gets a left foot to it, but it's across the face of goal. Right in towards that forward pocket, and a glorious mark to Irwin. Boy went kicking in towards the centre. Royce Wade from behind his left. Oh, look at that!
Rock of Gibraltar in defence all day. His kick coming on the member stand.
Look at that! People went up the line.
Burke's hands.
His pass out the wide. Oh! The drop kick is not a good one. It's off the side of the boot. It's a battle between White. Oh, what a ripper. To the wing position on the member stand side. Oh, Jesselenko, you guilty. To the wing position on the outer side. Oh, there, Jesselenko, look at that.
Clifton now with a kick out of the half-back flank for Collingwood.
Oh, Greeny. It's a high kick up toward the square. Over the top. Oh, man, what a mark.
Going towards Heath. Heath puts the ball down. Under.
He's shot across towards half forward for Collingwood. Up they go. Oh, that's a mark. Second. His kick is not a good one. Across it goes. Oh, and Finlay. Hughes screws it around. Up goes Moncrief. Once again, the marker.
This is a chance now for Robert Smith. And right towards the forward line. Hudson's put out of position. Oh, nice.
Not a very good kick, though, but it's up. Oh, beautiful mark. What a mark. Oh, ripper. Right up towards the centre of the ground. Barker, magnificent mark by Barker.
Sit down, looking for Peter Moore. Moore up.
Goal. Up towards Peter Knight at the back. He dropped it. Well down towards the full forward zone. Back at the back.
Evans' kick up towards Barker.
Robertson kicking up towards the full forward zone. Edwards trying to force his way through.
Kick down towards Glendinning again. Oh, what a magnificent mark down there to Sheldon.
Nice kick towards the centre.
Oh, look at that one.
Magnificent mark by Caesar. Matthews still on the ground though. The mark of the day.
Quarter, Wells' kick sailing goalwards into. Oh, that was also mark of the year. The goal. At the back. What a mark.
Particularly late in the game. Oh, look at that mark by Rain.
He folded, get the ball moving. Madden up high.
Towards Brown and Capper. Oh, there's Capper again. How about that?
Forward. Banks up. Great mark by Banks.
The full forward was if the back is gone. Oh! How about that for a mark?
What a mark.
He's up forward, but here they go again. Oh, what a mark to Tommy Elvin. And a long kick up. Oh, look at that mark.
His kick is not a long one up towards the left half forward.
Long looking for Jackson. Ablett. What a mark!
Piece of golf. Capper's got to sit here. And look at him go. What a mark. What a great mark.
Was knocked back on. There's a great mark. Is that David Grant? It is, yeah. No, I don't think the breeze has a lot to do with it, Lou, but whatever there is, magnificent mark to McKeon.
One of the best kicks on the Essendon side. Into the 10 minutes. What a mark to Izzard! What a mark!
Sure on the right foot, a high ball. Up the... Oh, have a look at that for a mark. Oh, Brinker.
McClure in front. Bankford at the back. Oh, what a mark to Bradley. Long in towards Capper in the square. Capper at the back. Got the sit the mark. What a grab. He loves those from the behind.
Great play. Out wide. Half-back flank.
Oh, what a mark. Is it a goal? No. Oh, what a mark.
He's kicked to half forward. Starcevic.
Oh, Silvani.
Runs up towards centre wing. Chip pass intended for Burns. Way to the left foot. A quick kick out of defence. It's 2-on-1, and what a mark!
Pity the crowd wasn't bigger tonight. It was worthy of a final-size crowd.
Whoa! A sensational mark by McCarthy.
Back into their forward zone with a long kick. What a mark! To half forward. What a mark!
Brereton was well held by Laffey, but Abbott has played exceptionally.
Thank you very much. He gets it again and kicks it high to full forward. And what a mark by Mick Dwyer.
Martin from centre wing. What a leap by Honeybuck.
Centre wing. Oh! Brett! From 55 metres, set sail for goal. A long high one. Oh, what a mark! Randall hooks it back in front of goal. Here's danger for North Melbourne. Lynch! A brilliant mark over the... Runs his kick inside 50. Huge pack of players. Ablett. As he come down with that mark, that is an amazing grab. He's got caught out of position. Now Manson takes front position. Oh, brilliant mark. Great mark by...
His kick down towards half forward flank. Mitchell! Whoa! What a mark, Michael Mitchell!
Dean Rice to half forward, but Winmar! What a mark!
It's a chance. Ryan a long kick. Fell with a leap! And Hawthorn just one behind.
Oh.
Elaine, a big mark.
McEwen and Stoneham. Ablett, great mark! Straight down the centre. Oh, wing mark! Oh, what a mark! Sensational! They're drifting it now to the half-forward line. Ablett will be the fire! Great mark! Oh, you know! Oh! Bennett. Unloads with the long box. Down towards the strip. Puts it to the magnificent grab. Kicks it nicely from a 1 or 2 metre start. Oh, look at that! A Kepper! Who had a good third quarter. Irving or Somerville!
Chance for North. Up towards the edge of the goal square. Allison.
Another opportunity. Simpson's long kick. Kick it! Oh, what a mark! Kicks it into that far side. Oh, what a mark! Dale Lewis.
Well, I hope you enjoyed those. You couldn't help but enjoy them. They're terrific marks there.
Well, I'd hate to be in a competition to pick the actual best because they're all so good. I must admit, something I like about Peter Bazzasto's at Carlton because it was in a pack of players and he jumped high, and the fact he marked it on the chest up high in the pack, but I mean, every one of them was just a magnificent mark.
Well, actually, I think the one I might vote for is Doug Wade because he had such bulk. He got up a mile, he got the lift, and he went up and up a second time.
Yeah, they're all good. Stephen Stretch featured in a couple there that a lot of people wouldn't regard Stephen as a high mark, but two terrific marks. And one of the marks taken by an ex-teammate of mine, John Greening, a classic mark out there in the wing at Victoria Park. And John Greening's probably the best footballer I ever saw come to Collingwood. And but for his tragic accident, I really think he would have been in Robert Flower class. He was a great player, but you know, that really does excite the crowd. Even if the player jumps high and misses it, you can hear the crowd, you know, the gasps. Gary Ablett, when he goes for that big leap, you can almost sense it when he comes from behind the pack, and it really involves the crowd, and it is a great game to watch, isn't it?
Just as well for television and video scoreboards because you get to see it in replay, because imagine if you were just reaching over for a can when Jezza took that mark or Royce Hart took his.
Well, even last week between Footscray and Geelong, that mark of Billy Brownless, they showed that on the big scoreboard at the MCG, Drew, and you could hear the gasp right round the crowd, and a lot of people, you know, just don't forget those things.
OK, hope you enjoyed that. More of the marathon after a short break.
Take on a tough job in tough country, and you usually have to get there on all fours. But when that's not enough, you just have to use your muscle. That's why there's a whole range of Mitsubishi Tridents with all the muscle of a big V6. And if you can't rely on a big V6 with four-wheel drive to get you there, who can you rely on?
BP's research and testing often leaves an impression on our visitors.
4th floor, aviation fuel research. 7th floor, motorsport fuel and oil testing.
And we put this research to use in a very practical place, your local BP service station.
Pizza for Ted King?
Top floor. Top floor, space research.
BP, on the move.
Feeling a bit unbalanced lately? Maybe it's your radio station. Heavy on noise, light on news, perhaps? Try 38W for a balanced diet of news, information, and entertainment. You'll feel much better for it.
Here's a news flash from Simmons Wheels. The Mag Wheel Centre with Australia's largest range of mag wheels. Simmons Wheels are now offering mag wheels to approved customers from $10 a week. Yes, $10 a week. Don't miss this fantastic opportunity to fit mag wheels to your car from $10 a week. See Simmons Wheels, the Mag Wheel Centre right now for the best deals on mag wheels and high-performance tyres from $10 a week. Unbelievable. Simmons Wheels, the Mag Wheel Centre, 427 Smith Street, Fitzroy.
Are you still opening your garage store the old way? Well, isn't it time you made it easier and added a B&D controller door automatic garage door opener? No matter what type of garage door you have, whether it be a tilting type door, a rolling type door,
or a sectional overhead door. All B&D controller door openers are Australian made and produced to the highest standards to suit most garage stores. You know you'll be right behind a B&D controller door.
The Melbourne Guide to Good Thai Restaurants. Sawadee in the city. Sawadee means welcome. Spacious cocktail lounge and traditional Thai cuisine. Sawadee. Songkla at Doncaster. The decor and elegant surrounds is a popular choice for exotic cuisine and friendly service. Songkla. Koh Samui in Middle Park. Personal service, subtle tangy flavours and distinctive decor. Koh Samui. For the best in Thai food and service, Sawadee, Songkla, Koh Samui.
Stop!
A slip.
It hurts.
Could lead to a dangerous snip.
We
have to operate on you as soon as possible. That's a little too close.
Well, are they supposed to swell up?
To a young man's heart.
You're not going to cut anything off, are you? Hello, Mum.
It's the fundamental things
When's the baby due?
that really count.
She lost the plot.
A country practice, Monday on 7.
When Doug Mulray goes to Bathurst, the safest place to watch the race is at home.
Oh, he stole on the grid.
The Tooheys 1000, only on 7.
1981, Kevin Sheedy went to coach Essendon. He'd had a year here at Channel 7 on World of Sport. He used to argue every Sunday, I remember watching. So they hadn't made the finals for 13 years, the Bombers, and he recruited this baby team. Everyone called them the Baby Bombers. Well, in this year, they lost 5 out of their first 6 games and then won 15 on the trot. That's amazing.
It was a magnificent effort, the start of the Essendon era, really, under Kevin Sheedy. As you say, the Baby Bombers, they had some terrific players coming up through this era. But the sad part about that year was Neil Danaher, who really did look like being one of the superstars of the competition. He really was a top player, Drew, and he was injured towards the end of that year and had a lot of knee trouble, Neil, and never got over it. Of course, he's now involved heavily at Essendon in a coaching capacity. But interesting to look through some of the names of Fitzroy at that time. Our own Bernie Quinlan, super boot, started his career at Footscray, was a magnificent player. Very, very quick, 6'3", and could run 100 yards in about 10.5. And
he's still good too.
Well, he's pretty fit. Well, he plays golf every day of the week and tennis, so no wonder. But Bernie, one of the great kicks of all time, consistently kicked the ball 60 metres with torpedoes or drop punch. Some of the other names, Michael Poynton. Now, there's a name hardly anyone would remember. Now, there's Lee Carlson. I mentioned he went earlier in the night that he went to Collingwood after playing at Fitzroy. Well, he kicked 2 goals in this game. Les Parrish from Yarrawonga, Salty Parrish with the tattoos on the arms. I'll never forget him in moving pictures. He was a very good player, Les. Gary Wilson. Well, Gary Wilson, one of the tremendous rovers of all time. Very, very fit.
He was one of the best marks for a man of his size. Gee, he could take an overhead mark.
Very good overhead mark, and had a great combination with Bernie Quinlan. Ron Alexander kicked a goal in this game. Now, Big Ron was ferocious. Great player for Fitzroy, then eventually coached the Eagles, of course, in their early years. Matty Rendell, who finished his career this year with the Brisbane Bears. Matt Rendell, recruited from South Australia, very mobile, big man. And David McMahon, who for many years ruled the roost there on the half-forward line. So Fitzroy are a pretty talented side. And, of course, we said that Essendon starting off that great era under Sheedy. But Ronnie Andrews in this game, big tough Ronnie. I played against him a few times at centre half back. I played a very wide berth when we played the Bombers. Played around the flanks those games, Drew. We kicked 3 goals in that particular game.
OK, well, this year, after winning 15 on the trot, the Bombers lost in round 22, the last home and away round, and so I dumped them into the elimination final. They finished 4th, and Fitzroy had finished 5th for the season. And this is how they stood at three-quarter time in the last man standing affair. And the Lions were up by 5 points, 12-11-83 to the Bombers, 11-11-77. That's not 5 points, that is 6 points, 1 straight kick, and we go to the last quarter.
Umpire Neville Nash coming in to bounce the ball in the Channel 7 elimination final in 1981, 58,598. The official attendance here this afternoon as the ball hits the deck. Alexander tries to get a kick at it, not successful. Taken away by Essendon. Watson boots the ball up towards right half forward. Only travelled about 15 metres there. McMahon tries to go through, lost the ball in so doing, and umpire Nash has decided to ball it up. And that ball up will take place only about 5 or so metres from the centre circle. So in the first 30 seconds of play, we haven't made much headway. Knocked away by Justin Madden. Quinlan to Harris. Harris having trouble gaining control. Tries to find Conlon. Successful. Conlon from half forward, or it goes off the side of the boot out towards where Carlton could be able to pick it up, but it doesn't bounce too kindly for him. It's picked up by Donnell. Donnell goes for the short one, puts it into the open spaces. Terry Danaher gets there first before O'Neill. Danaher picks it up well. Steady, shoots it in towards the half-forward line. Throw is there, one of Essendon's best players. Chris Smith is right there with him. Hawker comes in and takes it off both of them. Francis is too late. Ball in towards the forward pocket. Now here comes Serafini and Taylor. Thompson's there, cuts it out to Andrews. Can he make it goal number 3? A snapshot is wide and in fact has gone out of bounds on the full. And the penalty kick to Fitzroy will be taken down there in the back pocket. And it will be taken by Clayton. He's coming around the members' stand side. Watson to Folds. Again, one of Essendon's best. He's gone for a short pass and Taylor takes the mark in the back pocket.
Good defensive play on the part of Taylor, one of Fitzroy's best players today. No doubt about that. A little bit quiet in the third quarter, but sensation in the first half. Oh, nearly a mark there to Justin Madden. He's been off the ground since quarter time, and they've brought him back on again, thinking that Alexander's a bit tired. Finally picked up by Vanderhaar, now playing at centre half back. Shoots the ball over half forward. Alexander misses that one. In goes Terry Danaher, taps the ball out towards Bahajar. Shows a lot of strength for little fella, but he's grabbed again. Gets a hand pass back to Hawker. Hawker's going after it again. He's grabbed here by Clayton. Carted over the line and holding the ball. Fitzroy not giving up yet. They're 6 points in front. At one stage in that third quarter, led by 37 points. And looked as though they had the game wrapped up. But Essendon came back with a wham. Short pass over there to Wilson. Wilson clear. Goes for another kick looking for Francis. Oh, there's Vanderhaar. What a beautiful mark. Vanderhaar's a left footer. Coming in as Terry Danaher. Takes a nice mark at centre half forward. Up into that time by Wilson. He'll go for a long kick. Looking up there for Ronnie Andrews or Quarry. Going for a short pass. It's okay. He's found Bahajar only about 35 to 40 metres out from goal directly in front. And Bahajar's yet to score a goal. It's a goal the difference. This will tie the game up if he kicks this one. But there's a long way to go yet. Not a very good kick, and it's out of bounds on the full, and a kick to go to Fitzroy down there in the back pocket position. We're at the 3.5-minute mark of the last quarter. Still a goal the difference in favour of Fitzroy. Ball back into play again. Oh, big mark for Madden. And it was a wise move on the part of Judy bringing him on the ground in this last quarter. And there's Ronnie Alexander's got the mark. Andrews, I should say. Andrews. Of course, he was a great player in the third quarter, kicking 2 goals after being shifted from centre half back where he wasn't so hot.
O'Neill off in the 9 on for Fitzroy.
Let's see whether Ronnie Andrews can get his third goal. There's the kick. Doesn't quite make the distance, I don't think. It's finally forced through for 1 point. So it's still 12 goals, 11-83. Fitzroy to Essendon, 11 goals, 12-78.
The thrilling elimination final here as Alexander prepares to take the kick out, kicking it clear of hand and foot, smothered by Hurd. Alexander will have to rush it through. So a bad mistake by the veteran Lion.
Played well today, just the same, Pete.
He has, one of Fitzroy's best, but he might be getting a little bit tired now, like a few of his teammates. 4 points the difference. He's gone for another short pass. It could be out of bounds without being touched. It is. That's a free kick. So 2 mistakes by Ron Alexander, and both at a crucial stage of the match. Bahajar to take the free kick. I wonder if he'll learn. Bahajar goes for the short pass, looking for Stoden, couldn't find him. Now it's Fitzroy's turn to capitalise on mistakes. Oh, Wilson got one right around the chop and will take the free kick. Gary Wilson in towards centre field. Mark taken by Harris, who plays on straight away, gets away from Fold, puts it up towards the half-forward position into open territory there. It's 2-on-1 in favour of Essendon. McMahon late on the scene. Through the legs it goes. Picked up by Stone on the centre half-back. One of Essendon's key defenders, Stoden, the Hawker, who had 10 kicks for half-time and was Essendon's best player up until that stage. Hawker down towards the full-forward position for the Bombers. Taylor, one of the best Lions on the ground today, to Smith. To Quinlan. Super booted. Left half-back. Thought about the hand pass. Now goes for the pass up towards Francis, and he takes it at centre wing. Peter Francis now looking for a lead. Sees one. Harris making it. Oh, one straight into Vanderhaar. And what's the result of that? No free kick either way, says the umpire. And picked up by Clayton down towards full forward or half forward. Clark knocks it clear. Into the open spaces it comes again. Merritt's there for Essendon. Goes for the long kick. That's good defence. Back towards the centre wing position. Getting high was Laurie, and backing up rather is Quinlan. He's well shepherded. Super boot puts Fitzroy into attack. They need a goal here. Up towards full forward. Rendell couldn't take the mark. Here's Monet. Gives it to Poynton. Poynton in the forward pocket. Gets it back towards the 10-metre square and touched just on the line by Carey. And so Sevens big league scoreboard from VFL Park. Essendon 11-13, 79. Fitzroy 12-12, 84.
5 points the difference. Comes back into play. Oh, flying high was Wilson, but lost sight of the ball. The umpire's found a free kick. It'll go to Essendon. And to take the free kick will be Donnell. Goes for a short pass. It's a good one. Hurd was a very good player coming on that third quarter. Kicks the ball over the half-forward line. Coming in to meet it now is Smith. Smith's out there and he's only got to pick it up and he fumbles it. In goes Terry Danaher. And it'll be a ball up. Took too long that time, Smith, and gave the Bombers a chance to go back into attack again. Because it's out of a ball up there about 70 metres out from their goal. 5 points the difference in favour of Fitzroy. The ball comes to the ground again. A hand pass. Finally pushed away again by Francis. Back towards centre field. And there's Hawker going after. Thompson it was. A hand pass by Fowles. Kicks it up there towards Alexander, but punched on well that time by Serafine, and it's out of bounds. Out of bounds in the forward pocket position. Right against the point post. So a chance for all the Bombers to score a goal here now. By golly, that third quarter, Peter, was a great quarter, wasn't it?
Magnificent. One of the best we've seen this year, Lou.
Waiting now for the ball to come back into play. Crow and Alexander doing battle here. Alexander got it down to Smith. A hand pass out wide. Finally picked up here by Parrish. A left footer out wide. It's too long. It'll hit the line. I think it'll be a throw in from that centre wing or up towards the centre wing position. Still a good way around from the Essendon goal. They're trailing by 5 points at the moment. Waiting for the ball to come back into play. Alexander against Justin Madden. Madden got the knockout. Going after it now as Wilson's going to go to pick it up. He does. Kicks the ball back towards the centre wing position. Van der Haar there couldn't hold the mark. It hits the ground. Finally picked up by McMahon. He's clear. A left foot kick well over the centre half forward position as players bustle for position. Conlon tried to grab it, but the umpire trained the mark there to Carey. Right at the centre half back position for Essendon.
The Ronnie Andrews lookalike. Carey. For Neagle. And Neagle's got a panic move in on centre wing. Decides to go for the long kick down towards half forward. And a fine mark brought in by Crow. At 10 marks to Max Crow. Away he goes. He's kicked 5 points though. Hasn't scored a goal yet. Thompson has. Can he make it 2? Into the pocket it comes, and the mark taken by Grant Laurie. Laurie. Long kick looking for Francis. Flies high. Couldn't complete the mark. Harris. Well shepherded. Gets it out to Clayton. Clayton a little bit too slow and has put it over the boundary line. Yes, he has. On the full. The penalty to Essendon, who are finishing the better of the two sides. Fitzroy looking a little bit tired. Watson with the free. In short, Thompson takes the mark. Thompson at right half forward, but about 60 metres out from goal. Puts it high, looking for a big mark. Plenty of Fitzroy players are there. They spoil each other almost, and the mark brought down by Parrish. Parrish in the back pocket. Fitzroy defending desperately. Big punch by Merritt. Sees the ball safely over the boundary line in front of the members' stand. And once again, the boundary throw-in will take place. This time it's about 55 metres around from the behind post. 79 to 84. Still in favour of Fitzroy. They've led for most of the day. In fact, all of the day. Essendon gradually pegging them back. Knocked down by Terry Danaher in that mud heap down there. That's about the worst spot on VFL Park at the moment. After the recent rains we've had, it still hasn't dried out. Of course, it gets the shade earlier than most of the other parts of the oval. Knocked down by Justin Madden to Ajar. Wild handball comes to Thompson. Thompson screws around, puts it into the pocket again. Smith is there for Fitzroy. Can't punch the ball clear. Going through very solidly as Hurd. Shoots at goal. 1 point. Andrews was on his own in the goal square too, but I didn't think he saw him. And so that makes the difference. 4 points in favour of the Lions. 84 to 80 in the Channel 7 Elimination Final.
10 minutes gone of the last quarter. We wait now for Serafini to bring the ball back into play. There's the kick out there towards that half-back flank position. Ball knocked to the ground. Clayton goes after it. In a bit of trouble. A hand pass out to Harris. Another long one. Coming out to Wilson. Wilson's out there on that half-back flank. The ball's booted back there towards the wing position. Chance there for Lewis to mark, but Van der Haar's there with him. He gets the front posse. He's grabbed, but finally flings his way clear. The ball smothered as it comes back to Wilson again. And he sends Fitzroy back into attack up towards their half-forward line. And a mark taken there by Rendell. There's that many kicks for today. I think that's kick number 2 for Rendell. A short pass. It's okay. We see Lewis going for a hand pass over here to Point in a bit of trouble, but he gets close. Well smothered by Merritt. In goes Conlon. He copped one on the head that time, and they pile up there on the forward pocket, and the umpire's going to ball it up. It's a tough game of football. And, of course, there's only 4 points the difference in favour of Fitzroy. And at one stage, as I said before, they led by 37 points in that third quarter. But they're still in there with a lead of 4 points, so they've got to get it back, Essendon. The ball kicked up there by Carey. It could go out of bounds. Now it swings back at a mark there to an umpire call play on a Quinlan. Finally picked up by McMahon. Rendell's kick is smothered by Van der Haag. Still covers the ball. In goes Rendell. About 4 of them pile in there, and the umpire's going to ball it up about 35 metres out from the Fitzroy goal. 11 and a half minutes gone for this last quarter. Still 4 points the difference in favour of Fitzroy. Knocked out by Rendell. Forced out of bounds again by Bahajar. Pointing, yelling out there. It was a deliberate knockout, but the umpire won't have a bar of that. It'll be Rendell against Justin Madden for this knockout. Still about 30 metres around from the Fitzroy goal. Knocked out by Rendell. Poynton picks it up, then fumbles the ball. Umpire's found a free kick. It'll go there to Fowler, and Fowler takes the free kick down there at the full-back position.
Still, we haven't had a goal scored in the final term, which was in stark contrast to the third quarter when we had goals of plenty. 12 in actual fact. At the fine Essendon mark brought in by Terry Danaher. He too has lifted his game in the second half. Danaher towards centre wing. It's short. Well, both Donnell and Hawker left it to each other. Taken now by Donnell from the handball. Donnell is right on centre wing. Showing his opponent Carlton a clean pair of heels. Oh, he stuck there in mid-stride and nearly lost it, but he still has it. Well played by Frank Donnell. Puts the ball deep into the Essendon attacking zone. At the back, Serafini. Good grab. Serafini in that true full-back position. Wondering where the umpire is directing him to kick it. He has to kick over the mark. He's gone for a short pass. Francis takes the mark at right half-back. And still, we haven't had a goal scored. 13 minutes of play. Elapsing in the final term. Still anybody's match, of course, with the difference being only 4 points. It's a real nail-biter here at VFL Park. Francis will get penalised for wasting time if he doesn't kick it. Crow takes mark number 11. Max Crow, one of the best on the ground for Essendon, but he's kicked 5 points. He won't score from there, but that's a mammoth kick in towards the 10-metre square. He's going to be the match winner, I'll tell you. Andrews takes a screamer. 11 metres out from goal, maybe 12 or 13, but what a place to take it and what a time to take it. A goal here will put Essendon in front for the first time today, which he has done. The Bombers by 2 points in the Channel 7 Elimination Final. Scores: Essendon 12-14, 86. Fitzroy 12-12, 84.
When Steve and I went looking for a new family car, safety was high on our list of priorities. I suppose we thought we'd have to compromise a bit. The cars that have been renowned for their safety have tended to be the expensive European ones. But when we saw our Mitsubishi dealer, he showed us a video of the testing Mitsubishi do. And he talked to us about its safety standards. Standards we've never expected in Australian-built cars. We realized then that with the Magna, we didn't have to compromise at all. Well, it's not just a beautiful-looking car. It's really quiet, which I appreciate. And it's got all the space and comfort we need. But the best feeling of all is to know you don't have to be wealthy to give your family real protection on the road.
JB Hi-Fi is smashing prices on Pioneer 100-watt car speakers for a crazy $69 a pair. These 5.5-inch dual-cone speakers are $9 a pair. And Melbourne's cheapest CDs from just 99 cents each. JB, you've done it again.
Who's it going to be? Geelong or West Coast? AFL Premiers 1992. Find out this Saturday, September 26th at the MCG. But if then, you'll be able to purchase at Kmart your AFL-approved official 1992 Premiership souvenir T-shirt. On sale Sunday, September 27, and only at Kmart.
Beautiful pendant.
The Goldfields. Call now for your free brochure.
Karcher, new generation high-pressure cleaning systems blast dirt and grime away with effectively 18 times the power of a garden hose. And they save up to 80% on water usage. Compact, durable and lightweight, the Karcher 355 is perfect for cleaning paths, brickwork, driveways, patios and washing your car. Cleaning roof tiles and four-wheel drives is so easy with the Karcher 580. Accessories like the rotary brush make windows cleaner than ever before.
I'm glad I brought a Karcher.
Karcher, working hard to make cleaning easy.
No matter where you live in Australia, when it comes to carpet, there's only one thing you need to know.
There's magic in a Solomon's carpet.
Yes, Solomons are Australia's largest carpet specialists, and in every Solomon store you'll find friendly expert service, a huge range of the finest carpets, and all at surprisingly low prices. Ho-ho! Remember, no one can carpet your home like Solomon's.
A Solomon store offers so much more. Save in style at Solomon's.
They're magic.
An extraordinary television first. The Oscar-winning blockbuster. The premiere of Dick Tracy, 8:30 Sunday on 7.
Rex Hunt finds paradise.
It just doesn't get any better than this.
Where the fish are hand-fed.
This is the biggest barramundi I could hope to get.
You're on the menu too.
Watch out.
A premiere special.
That's just not a threat, it's a promise.
Nissan presents Fishing the Last Frontier on Jennifer Kite's World Around Us, 6:30 tonight.
Thank you very much. The Elimination final from VFL Park on Sevens Big League. It's now 2 points the difference at the 14.5-minute mark.
This time it's in favour of the Bombers. Centre bounce. Knocked out by Madden. Oh, there was Hurd going through, and he's been a great player since coming on the ground at half-time. Smith taps the ball over. Finally picked up by Bahajar. Threads his way through the pack. Shoots the ball down to Alexander again. Punched away by Serafini. They both race after the ball. Coming in as Hawthorn. It's on the line, and it's finally forced out of bounds. But it's deep in the heart of the Bomber attacking zone. It's only about 25 metres around from their goal. So Fitzroy on the defensive now, and they're trailing by 2 points. Alexander and Justin Madden for the knockout. Now it's Crow. Finally, Alexander gets a hurried kick back there towards Parrish in a bit of trouble. That's a beautiful mark. Decides to go back, and then he decides to play on. Runs the centre half back, kicks it back towards the centre of the ground. At the back is Vandehar. Finally, it's knocked down to McMahon. A hurried kick back towards centre half forward. Coming in to meet it now is Carey. Overruns the ball. The ball finally tapped on by Lewis, but he can't pick it up. And that Essendon defence is standing up well as Laurie tries to get. No, it's Quinlan trying to get clear. A hand pass out there to Harris. A short kick back to Manane. Out it comes now to Conlon, and going to run into trouble. Gets a hand pass over to Wilson. Wilson's clear at the left foot. Snap for goal. He's put it through. And Fitzroy in front again. That's goal number 2 to Wilson. The score. Fitzroy 13-12-90 to Essendon 12-14-86. And what a game we've got on our hands. You watch it in replay again. A lot of fumbling going on, and we see him running to Clark that time, Conlon, but Wilson breaks clear of the pack, and it was a beautiful left foot snap for goal.
One of the best snapshots of the day. 2 goals for Gary Wilson. Who's going to win this match? 21 kicks to Wilson as he receives some words of advice from Larry Madison. 4 points the difference now in favour of the Lions in the final term, which has been in progress 16 minutes.
That's Bahajar kicking the ball back there, but intercepted by Taylor. This could have given Fitzroy their second wind as the ball goes back there towards centre half forward, tapped away by Lewis. Carlson's in there too. They're all falling over left and right as it comes out now to Watson. He's been a pretty quiet play, but he's found Hurd out there, and he takes the mark at half forward, a good 70 metres out from goal. Oh, he's going to go for a run. He better get rid of it quickly. He's gone for a pass to Neagle. Neagle's kick is a long one. Up there towards the full forward zone. Crow at the back, trying to juggle him up. He'll play. Now he called play on. Thompson taps the ball out, but he's clear. They're all standing back arguing. He fires at the goals. Will he put it through? Well stopped by Serafini. Beautiful defensive play. So it's 13-12-90 Fitzroy to Essendon 12-15-87.
What a thriller this is. 3 points the difference. Anybody's match. Laurie had a great first half. Grant Laurie looks for David McMahon. Couldn't find him. It's in the glue pot there. Shane Hurd picks it up as if it were dry, then throws it out. Harris to Conlon. Good handball from Fitzroy. Conlon tackled by Neagle when he didn't have the ball. Looks for a free. Decides for the soccer off the ground. Francis The ball is successful around Foles. Gives it in turn up towards Conlon again, who's made position well to take the hand pass. He fires at goal. That's not a bad kick into the 10-metre square, only to see Merritt there, off the hands and through for a behind.
Oh.
Yeah, that sums it up pretty well. Whew.
It's a game and a half, Peter.
Certainly is. 12-15-87 to 13-13-91. Still 4 points the difference. Oops, today's they all missed it out there. A chance for Essendon to pick it up and go forward. Carey's kick is a short one. Looks for Terry Danaher. Parrish is there with him. Watson comes in to lend assistance. Parrish in plenty of trouble. Hurried handball was unsuccessful. Watson again. Plenty of Essendon players. They're backing up better, but they can't break clear. And the umpire has decided to ball it up on the centre wing. The crowd takes a breather. 12-15 to 13-13, 87-91. Simon Madden, I see, off the field, warming up on the boundary line. Justin does the ruck work. Now he's got it back again from Parrish. Crow goes for the punch. Thompson, well tackled. Hurried handball. Knock on by Crow is successful to Hurd. Oh, Hurd gets overrun by about 8 players and will take a free kick. Shane Hurd, who certainly added some bite to the Essendon packs after half-time.
10 kicks since half-time, Peter.
That is certainly a fine effort. He's gone for the handball on this occasion. Snapshot at goal for Essendon by Neagle. Out of bounds on the full. Penalty to Fitzroy. Andrews will stand on the mark and the free will be taken by Serafini. 19 minutes have elapsed in the final term. There's just Simon Madden coming back onto the ground as Serafini takes his free kick, goes around the members' stand flank. Francis missed the mark. Harris was grabbed but not in possession, then will take the free kick for Fitzroy. Leon Harris at left half back to get Fitzroy out of danger. A thriller this match is, one of the best finals we've seen for a long time. In towards centre wing. Stoneman tries to break clear. Well tackled. The tackling has been good on both sides today. Picked up by Quinlan eventually. Long handball. Francis, effective balk, puts the Lions into attack up towards half forward. Nobody can take the mark. Here's Carey eventually. Takes the crumbs well to Madden. Madden goes for the handball. Watson and turn to Neagle. Long kick by the Essendon centre man to right half forward. Taylor misses the mark. Smith backs him up. Having plenty of trouble. He's got an attack of the fumbles at the crucial moment. Harris backs him up in turn and the ball over the boundary line for the throw-in.
Out of bounds about 40 metres around from the Bomber goal. At the moment they're trailing by 4 points. And we're, just on 20 minutes into this last quarter. Alexander goes for the big grab and gets a hand pass. A beauty. 2 out there to Conlon at half back. The ball across the centre field. Oh, Mark the Manane. Ready to send Fitzroy back into attack. They've got their second win back, I think. There's the kick, a short pass. It'll be okay. Wilson's grabbed it on the line out there at centre half forward. So he should go for the long kick. Get it up there to Bernie Quinlan if he possibly can. Quinlan making a lead now. He's found him. And Quinlan would be about, about 45 to 50 metres out from goal. Already kicked one. And, of course, this distance shouldn't trouble Superboot. A goal here would put them 10 points in front. We're approaching the 21-minute mark. They've put up a great performance here today, Fitzroy. There's the kick by Bernie Quinlan. It's a magnificent kick. It's a goal. What a goal by old Superboot. So it's 12-15-87 Essendon. Fitzroy 14-13-97. Well, that was a magnificent goal, Peter.
10 points the difference, and Quinlan producing the goods at the stage of the match that they certainly were required. But we remember what Essendon did to Carlton a few weeks ago at Princes Park, so I can safely say that that lead isn't enough to take Fitzroy into the first league. 21 minutes we've got in the final term. 10 points the difference in the Channel 7 elimination final. Alexander to Francis was good ruck work up towards half forward. Quinlan again playing for mark. Has he got it? Free kick, says the umpire, and a 15-metre penalty.
Well, they're not too happy about that, Essendon, Peter.
Well, the umpire originally gave him the mark. He got the treatment. I think you saw it on screen. And anyway, the umpire, Kevin Smith, saying a 15-metre penalty was required. Oh, goodness me. Makes it interesting. Quinlan, 40 metres out from goal. Fires. That looks okay. 2 points. Quinlan scores 2 goals in about 45 seconds. And so Fitzroy, 15-13, 103, Essendon 12-15, 87.
We tried to put the Mitre 10 Come On In sale catalogue in your letterbox, but it's so chock-a-block full of do-it-yourself project bargains. so full to the brim with unbelievable timber bargains, so overloaded with hundreds of fantastic hardware bargains, and so jam-packed with all the new design tent ready-to-assemble furniture that it wouldn't fit. So come on into Mitre 10 now to pick up your free copy. It's bulging with hundreds of bargains. So to get your Come On In sale catalogue, come on in to Mitre 10.
What do you think about this balance of payments thing?
Don't really.
I mean, every time someone imports something, they send out money overseas to pay for it.
But?
So, that means we're paying for a lot of jobs over there instead of over here. Doesn't seem right, does it?
No. Doesn't seem right, does it?
Last year, Australia's Telecom invested more in Australia and Australian-made products than any other company.
Fortuna Village, the treasure of the Orient, for delicious, unique Peking-style yum cha, 7 days a week. Over 50 varieties of Northern Province-style dim sum to choose from daily. Fortuna Village, famous for handmade noodles and exotic Peking cuisine. The fully licensed Fortuna Village. The combination of fine food, personal service and elegance guarantee a culinary delight. The award-winning Fortuna Village restaurant in the heart of Chinatown, the treasure of the Orient.
What's this sofa worth? $900? $600? Would you believe only $429? And it's from IKEA. The big news is the IKEA Sofa Smorgasbord. A wide choice of sofas, huge choice of fabrics, and a wide choice of prices. So why pay more for less than IKEA quality? IKEA Sofa Smorgasbord, a feast of choice and value.
Owning a pool can be fun, but finding a builder you can really trust isn't easy. At Exclusive, a family company, we've been quietly building quality pools for 15 years. Here's a real opportunity to save several $1,000s on your new pool.
I've got what a lot of politicians would give anything for these days. A safe seat. Safe seat, get it?
Safe toilet tissue. Register your vote in the supermarket.
For all people, great and small.
The new Mazda T-Series trucks have arrived. So now you can buy a superseded Mazda T-Series for just $20,990. It's a Mazda end-of-model clearance that's built to work.
On the run with nowhere to hide.
Donna thinks she knows why her father was killed.
Kidnapped to hide the truth.
Who's looking after the girl? She's not going anywhere.
A businessman in too deep.
Didn't want it to happen like this.
You've got 2 hours.
A killer out of control.
Forget what I told you.
Non-stop action and excitement with Boney, 7:30 tonight on Channel 7.
Star Trek fans, we've got a double for you. The Enterprise coming out of retirement. Together for the first time, Star Trek 2 plus Star Trek 3, 8:30 tonight.
In the Channel 7 Elimination final, it's 22 and a half minutes gone, 103-87.
Centre bounce again, knocked out by Simon Madden. The ball hits the deck again. They pile in there, and the umpire's going to ball it up down towards Fitzroy's centre half forward position. Well, they're doing it well at the moment. They're 16 points in front. That's going to take a bit of wearing down. They must be feeling pretty good. They looked pretty sick there for a while in this last quarter. But they've come back. Superboot kicking 2 magnificent goals. There's Danaher's kick is smothered by Taylor. Finally, it's forced out again. A chance for Laurie. There's no doubt about it. Fitzroy have got their second win now. They're really playing football. Out there towards Manane. Kicked off the ground by Carlton. Manane, a beautiful pick-up. And they swing back into it. Darley gets a hand pass. Looking there for Lewis. He tries to tap it over to Francis. Francis steers out of the pack. A hand pass to Carlton. This is dangerous. A running shot for goal. And he's put it through with a goal. And you can put in your glass about Fitzroy now. 16-13, 109 Fitzroy to Essendon, 12-15, 87.
Well, you're quite right about Fitzroy getting their second win. They really have got their tails up now, and what a goal that was. They're finishing a little bit fitter. I think early in the final term I said they were looking tired and Essendon were finishing the better. Well, they've certainly proved me wrong. Francis, a fine pick-up and good handball to Carlton, who'd made position well, and Carlton a long kick at goal, a great shot, and he put it through for full points. Is he happy? 24 minutes gone now in the term. Can Essendon come back? They need Neil Danaher, but of course he's not playing today. Free kick for on the shoulder. Bahaja to take it. And the umpire indicating where the mark is. They've got time on in which to kick 3 goals. Can they do it? Madden takes the mark at half forward. The Essendon skipper certainly had a down day today. Madden to full forward. Here's a chance. The ball into the open spaces now. Picked up by Hurd. Grab but not in possession. The umpire calls play on. It comes to Schultz. Schultz spins around. The Bombers need a goal. Has he let them down? It's out of bounds on the full, or maybe a point. It's one behind to Essendon. And that takes the Bombers total along now to 12-16, 88. Fitzroy 16-13, 109. A difference of 21 points as the kick-out is taken by Chris Smith towards the half-back line. Madden at the back with Alexander. They punch it into the open spaces. Thompson on the bottom of that stack-up might come out with the free kick. In fact, that's how the umpire has seen it. Thompson now takes the kick up towards full forward. Too far for Andrews, and the mark taken by Serafini. Serafini in the last line of defence. Brings it round the member stand side. Lead being made by Gary Wilson. Wilson doesn't let him down, despite some attention out there by Paul van der Haar. And Gary Wilson will go back and take all the time in the world.
And we're at the 25-minute mark as Wilson goes for a hand pass. It falls a bit short for Taylor, but he gets a kick. He's playing game today. Ball back towards the centre of the ground and the mark to Crow. No doubt Essendon's best player. Crow's kick is a long one over centre half forward. Alexander coming in, and the KGO line takes a great mark in defence. They've got him down there, propping him up at the moment. We see the ball going out there to Serafini, out to France. He takes the mark at half-back. And they're looking mighty good, the lines at the moment. They're 109 points to Essendon, 88 points. Back towards their half-forward line. Ball finally kicked up there by Essendon, back towards their centre-half forward position, I should say, and a mark taken there by Fowl. Well, quite a few of their big players have let them down today. I think Simon Madden's only had about 2 kicks. Van der Haar's been very quiet, and Justin Madden's been off the ground for 2 quarters, coming on in this last quarter. Chance for Alexander. Punched away by Serafini, backing up beautifully and spinning out of the pack. That's Lower. Beautiful play on the part of Lower, that half-back flanker. He's only as thin as a whisper, and of course he shows a lot of courage as the ball comes out wide to that half-back line. For Fitzroy. McMahon's well collared by Hurd, and the umpire said holding the ball.
Free kick. Be taken for Essendon. Now let's see who's going to take it, or is it a throw-in? We're not really quite sure. No, it is definitely an Essendon free kick. We were right the first time. Shane Hurd to take it. Hurd decides to go for the short pass. They can't afford to mess around too much, and Timmy Watson now taking it at right half forward. Kicks it back in towards the flank, and the mark taken down there by little Bahaja. Bahaja about 60 metres from goal. Essendon trailing 12-15 to 16-13. He put the kick on its way, gets it up high for the big mark, knocked away by Andrews. Plenty of Fitzroy players are there. Wilson goes for the clearing kick towards the outer side of the ground, trying to find Manane, but the boundary line might beat him, and Manane carts the ball over the boundary line, and we'll see it thrown into play in front of the small scoreboard, which shows 88 to 109 in favour of Fitzroy. A real boil over here, and so it will be Essendon, 4 appearances in elimination finals, and they've yet to crack it for a win. Alexander and Madden. Madden in front, knocks it down. Past Wilson it comes. In there is Schultz. Can't pick up the ball either. Madden, long handball over the top, trying to find Bahaja, which he does. Bahaja spins out well shepherded by Andrews, races in the goal, fires and has put it through for 4 points. A great goal. Still the Bombers fight on. Bahaja putting it through for Essendon's 13th goal, 13-16, 94. The Fitzroy 16-13, 109.
We're approaching the 28-minute mark, and they're down by 15 points. You watch Bahaja's goal here. Shows a lot of courage and a lot of trouble, too, on the boundary line. He's looking very tight as he spins away from the pack. 1 shot down. Now he's right, he fires. That's a very nice goal on the part of the little Essendon Rover. So the difference now is 15 points in favour of Fitzroy. I think time has beaten Essendon as we see the ball grabbed by Hurd. He's been a very good player since coming on the ground at half-time. But as I said before, quite a few of their big players have let them down today. Except for Crow. He's been an outstanding player for us. Knocked out by Alexander. He hasn't played a bad sort of a game as Wilson tries to get through the pack. Pushed away by van der Haar. And then we see Neagle going after 2. He's pushed in the back, and Neagle will take the free kick at centre half back for Essendon. Kickers across there towards that half forward line. A chance for Lower to mark, and he does. There's the siren. And the Fitzroy have won. 16-13, 109. To Essendon 13-16, 94. So they won the match by 15 points after being in front by 17 points at half-time. And at one stage, During that third quarter, they were 37 points in front.
The Lions got there 16-13, 109 to Essendon 13-16, 94. But it was one of those things that was going to give the Bombers finals experience. They were again eliminated the next year, then improved, and they finished up winning the flags in 84 and 85. But in that year, 1981, the premiership was won by Carlton, and they went on to win it again in 1982. Coming up after the break, one of the greatest grand finals played of all time, and it was played just a few years ago. Remember, Gary Ablett.
I finally give this game.
In the ball to start the final quarter of the 1970 Grand Final, Carlton versus Collingwood. Go into the final quarter. Collingwood 13-16 to Carlton 12-5. Crane of Carlton with the ball. Crane hooks it up towards centre half forward. Hopkins, who came on as 19th man and caused a stir by kicking 3 goals early in the third quarter, gets his kick, but it doesn't go far. Crane is there for Carlton wrestling, and the result of that will be another baller. Almost on the weak position on the member stand side. The bounce of the ball, up they go. Nichols gets the tap down, it's taken by Gallagher. Gallagher runs around, he puts his boot into it, drives up towards Jesselenko. Carlton kicking to the scoreboard in the final quarter. Here's a go for Hopkins. Hopkins, oh, no! He hit the post, Mike. Hit the post with it.
He was travelling at top pace and under pressure. He has some excuse there.
He still hits the post, but...
Yes, but...
I'm sure you could find a lot of excuses for the kid, but that doesn't put it on the scoreboard. A let off for Collingwood, put it that way.
Definite one. Jeff Clifton now about to kick in right up the centre. Big Jenkin in there. Nichols hits down. Jackson has it. He hand passes over towards Walls. It's snapped away there, taken away by Lee Adams, and his kick goes to centre half forward. Wayne Richardson in there punches the ball clean. Mulcair comes across that half-back line. He's bundled, but he gets away with it. Good play, young Mulcair. The kick goes into the centre. A chance here for Price. Price looking for McKenna. And it's Thompson now, sweeps down in front.
Comment from Butchdale. Richardson. Here's the kick down forward again. Richardson tries high. McKenna comes out. Hall of Carlton with the ball though. Hall now tapping the ball down. Gets his kick to the wing position on the member stand side. Waters is waiting there. Waters gets it across to Greening. Greening of Collingwood down forward. Here's a go. Oh, they all stood by. And Pennell cut across to take the mark.
Britt's mistake there.
The kick now for Pennell, back towards the weak position on the member stand side. No mark. Tubman comes in, but a free kick will be paid Carlton's way.
Ian Robertson.
Let's hear from Mr. Football, Ted Whitten.
Well, there's no doubt about it, mate. The last quarter has started off in a fantastic pace, and there's still a lot of tempo on. Robinson plays on with the ball. 2 bounces. It's not a good kick, but gets a lot of distance. Nobody can mark the ball. It will go over the boundary line. The umpire has picked it, and a throw-in will take place again, right in front of the member stand.
A lot of players getting tired now, Ted. This pace has been a cracker.
It certainly has, and it's been right on from the start.
I don't know about the players. I think there are 3 commentators getting a bit weary,
well,
too.
There's no doubt about it as well with the cameraman and Alf Potter. There's the throw-in now. Gallagher picks up after tap down. A free kick goes to Gallagher. Number 10, the Carlton Rover. He was grabbed too high around the shoulder. Silvani standing by, but Gallagher will no doubt will go for the big kick.
16 points the difference.
He goes for the short one, looking for City Jackson, and found him. City Jackson, 60 yards out of goal. They're on at the true centre-half forward position, but on a little angle.
Jackson, a magnificent drop kick. Let's see what he does with this one. He's kicked one. With the snap, it was a beauty, too, in the third quarter. He favours the punt kick here. Oh, it's a beauty, the result. One behind.
Tailed off right at the last little bit.
Carlton attacking. 13-16 to 12-7. Very accurate kicking from the Blues.
The Breeze is
not
swinging
enough
around a bit.
I think the Breeze has swung to the Jollyman end, Mike.
Well, that would be favouring Collingwood then.
That's right.
So Lady Luck may be with Collingwood at last in a grand final. A kick goes out. Jenkins flies. Has it knocked away by Nichols of Carlton. Gary Klein tries to pick up, doesn't do so. Taken by Price of Collingwood. Price is running around. Oh, beautiful. Over to Greening. Greening a hand pass to Britt. Britt in a bit of trouble. Back to Greening. Played Collingwood. Greening now down forward. Here's a go. They race for the ball. It bounces awkwardly. Mackay of Carlton. It was over the boundary line almost, but he kept it in play cleverly. And Greening has taken a fantastic mark.
He was the only Collingwood player there and 3 Carlton, and he had to take.
You're watching this from Channel 7 in Melbourne. There's Peter McKenna being well guarded by Kevin Hall. The kick now from Greenings, going down, swinging out towards the pocket. Big Glenn Thompson, he's marked.
No doubt
Too
about
big, too strong. Mackay's appealing for the free kick. But Thompson, who has kicked one goal at a very vital part of the third quarter, is on an angle. He's manoeuvred himself around a bit too.
Yeah, he's cheated a fair bit there.
He kicks, he put it through, right through the centre.
It's a handy lead to Collingwood now, Butch.
It's a good lead, Teddy. Now, it was pretty obvious that Carlton couldn't have kept up that tremendous swamp of goals that they made in the third quarter. But
5 minutes into the final quarter, Butch.
Well, there's still plenty of time. There's 25 minutes at least to play.
Don't forget, Carlton kicked 7 goals in 10 and a half minutes in the third quarter. It's got beyond them, you know. Bounce to the ball. Big Jones is there. Jenkins gets a tap down. Tuddenham takes it. He runs into trouble. Tuddenham butters up again, but he can't get away with the ball. There'll be another baller. The umpire's on Jolly, doing a great job. There they go. The ball knocked towards cross release there by Tuddenham. Holding the ball.
Should have been a baller.
Made the throw.
It's Thompson leading. And Mark. Beautiful pass by Tuddenham. Oh, he's in trouble. Played on too quickly, and Kevin Hall broke up that attack. Races on with the ball into the centre of the ground. Silvani there. Tully. Big Jenkins. Jenkins in trouble. Hand passes to Waters. Waters kicked the centre half forward. Dunn overran the ball. There's a free kick to Coll.
Oh, no doubt. Pennell, isn't it?
Yes, Pennell taking the kick on the centre half back position.
Pennell now up towards centre half forward. Big Graham Jenkins is there for Collingwood, and he's taken the mark.
Look at the Collingwood players around that position, Mike. They're everywhere.
Good movement on quicker than that.